Alright.
All right, Shalom. All right, we're the brothers from Great Millstone, Atlanta. All right, and we got the brother here from Great Millstone, Memphis. All right, before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing the truth and true sincerity. All right, we out here another week prophesying the downfall of America, and we also preaching repentance to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. All right, but we starting to see that this word is getting to Esau, man. You know, he's making videos, trying to make fun of this gospel, GMS coon hunting. All right, we're starting to see that Esau, Edom, all right, the wicked of the Bible, is starting to feel it, man. You can see it in their eyes, man. You can see defeat in their eyes. You can start to see that guilty feeling that they've been having. All right, but all we got to do is bring out the word. All right, you got that scripture start up.
I got it. Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword.
So these words that's contained in these scriptures right here is more sharper than any two-edged sword. All right, we don't need, as we mentioned last week, we don't need to go to the gun range. We don't need to go to the to go get a bunch of rusty AK-47s. Stockpile ammunition and bullets. This is our weapon right here. All right, we're tearing down the strongholds of everything that's been taught here in Babylon with this word.
Right. It says, all right, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Yeah, we're piercing to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Oh, hell no.
We don't need to get into that's way off. We don't need to get into arguments with people. We don't need to be cussing people out. You know, that you got to keep up with the spirit. And the spirit is based on edification, man. You don't have to go into arguments and whatnot, telling Esau he's going to slavery, man. He already knows the spirit he's going to slavery, man. So it's able to discern the thoughts. When somebody comes up here, like for instance, that man last week, the old Negro, we can tell that he wasn't trying to hear the word. Where is he at right now? He ain't here. All right, he might walk by, but you can discern the thoughts of people through this word. So when it comes to Esau, we already know that he's taking the L. We already got the W through the spirit, man. We just got to play this stuff out.
You got to speak about how neither shall any other wicked understand. Because it don't matter how you bring and present this word unto these devils, you can bring it in the most elegant manner, you know, but it's still going to cut them, you know, because Esau, what he does is he runs from the true facts of the Bible and history. We're going to Deuteronomy 28:68, bring out how biblical prophecy foretold us going in the cargo slave ships and had to suffer under the hands of the devil and show without a shadow of a doubt that we are the Israelites, and it still cuts Esau, man. So it can cut you directly or indirectly. So continuing on. And of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
So this word, they basically cuts people, man. All right? It cuts us when we first come into the walk, man. It still cuts us. You're like, oh, man. I need to work on fruits of spirit. There's certain things I need to work on, man. So this word as a whole is making way for Jacob, man, the kingdom of heaven.
It's Matthew 18:7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offense come. But woe to that man by whom the offense comes.
Yeah, so this word offends, man. Like people don't wanna our people on this church, they don't wanna hear that they need to repent. That's basically what Yahweh Shai said in what's it say, was it Matthew 4? John repeated it in Matthew 3. All right, it's all about repentance, man. When you go into that word repentance, I think in the blue letter is G3340, which is menaneo, which means to heartily amend for one's past sins. All right, that's what this gospel is all about, man. So once again, we don't have to get into the roo-rah with people and start yelling at people to top our lungs, but our people get offended by this word, man. Our people will be the main ones that come up against us, man.
Yeah, because we essentially what we do is cast out the demons that be on our people, and our people are demon possessed, man. They don't want to detach from the evil forces that actually hover around them. They've been institutionalized.
Yeah.
Like if you go into certain prisons and you have certain people that are prison reformers, they'll go to prisons and actually personally counsel prisoners and give them the right steps to actually take certain negative characteristics or break that mentality, but they have a stronghold on them. They have such a stronghold that has been lingering on them since childhood upwards to 30, 40 years old, that they don't want to turn from their old ways, man.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
You got it, bro. If you said that, because I mean, we basically in a prison, man. We in a hellhole, man. We in America, as it mentions in I think it's Isaiah 42.
Mm-hmm.
We basically in prison. You know what I'm saying? We basically serving out this term being here in America, man.
Isaiah 42, 42.
Yeah, let's look at it. I think it's Isaiah 42 and 22. Yeah.
I got a couple of precept too. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's what we're doing with this word, man. Pulling down these strongholds. That other white meat, white Jesus, man. We're pulling down that stronghold. That is one of the strongholds that's got our people still in that mental slavery, man. All right, this devil Esau, man. We got that sign.
Yeah, get Caesar's on.
Yeah, we gotta get that Caesar sign, man. This devil right here. This alone is gonna cut people, man. They're gonna see that sign, they're gonna try to argue with you, man. But this stronghold right here is a stronghold on our people, man. This devil right here has been terrorizing you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans since you came to the shores of America, but you're still praying to him. That doesn't make sense.
Yep, especially the Latin tribes.
Yeah.
Out there in San Salvador and Ecuador, Honduras, Argentina, all that South America, Central America, they worship Jesus Christos. They worship Virgin of de Guadalupe, Virgin of Guadalupe, Virgin Mary, Saint Maria, and they believe that that's the true image of Jesus Christ. You tell them otherwise, they ain't hearing it. Like on my job, I actually work with a lot of Issachar. They got the holographic Mary paintings.
God damn.
The picture, you got the lights and shit glistening and going, and it don't got demons on it. You look at that joint, certain people get caught up in that spirit. Got the whole fluorescent colors, but you can't tell them otherwise. And sometimes we'll throw boxes. We'll throw boxes to the other side. I almost threw a box and knocked that whole motherfucker down. I knew if I would have threw something over there and that shit broke, everybody's head would have turned my way. Like, what the fuck? They probably would have ran me out of that building, man. Because it's a stronghold. And you can't tell them otherwise. Like, even on the job I work, there's one Jake was because Jake be knowing, man. Jake was like, man, the reason why majority of these Latin tribes is Catholicized is because the so-called white man put them in slavery and embedded that in their minds. And he told one of the Jakes from Colombia, but he was like, "Is you gonna turn?" He was like, "You gonna stop being a Roman Catholic?" He was like, "No." So it don't matter if it's the truth, without a shadow of a doubt. These are things that you can sit down and research, but they got that stronghold in their mind. Their mother's been Catholic. Their mother's been Catholic, practicing Catholicism. Worshiping Mary and having the rosary beads. Saying the prayers to Jesus Christos. They got the pictures all around. They got the pictures every goddamn where, inside of the Bible. So if you tell them otherwise, that Lord is a so-called black man, a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, they're not going to listen to that. And you could bring out biblical narrative. You could bring out the records. You could bring out Revelation, the first chapter, going to the dark skin, going to, the fullness. The full proof, the scripture said, make full proof of thy ministry. We'll bring out full proof, but our people still don't want to hear it because they're embedded with demons.
Like, when you talk about archaeological evidence, there was that statue of Yahweh Shah that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Our oldest painting.
And he was a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, and Jake still believe in this. Jake still believe in Jesus Christ, and it's this devil right here.
Yeah. I got a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit more. All right. Verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having it all in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Do you look on things after the outward appearance? That's really the main point. But like I said, it's casting down imaginations. Where does imagination stem from? The mind. And a lot of times, most people got their, where their imagination is established is the things of the world. Ideologies and images or idols. When it's idols all around you, in most cases, those ideologies is going to subconsciously hone in your mind. And you only see those things and see how strong it is when certain people try to cut that stronghold out of you. Yeah. Which that's what we're doing. We try to sever their ideological ties or their wicked ties with the world, and our people like to turn against us. And Morpheus said that in the Matrix when he walked Neo down the street, and he spoke about the individuals that's plugged in the Matrix, and he was like, a lot of them are not going to hearken, and they'll come against you. They'll actually try to kill you because they want to stay in the Matrix. So it's the same thing in this Matrix, man.
Yeah, we are living in a serious Matrix, man. Our people are just dumbed down and docile. But that goes back to the curse of Deuteronomy chapter 28. The scripture this brother's about to read. This is the reason why our people are delusional about Jesus Christo and Allah and Buddha, whatever God they serve, man.
The Deuteronomy 2:8-36. The Lord, Yahweh, shall bring thee and the king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy father have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yeah. That goes back to the person for not obeying these laws, statutes, commandments that give you life. All right, that give you life. Our people will serve these gods of wood and stone. They'll worship that. The two main religions that's a stronghold for our people: Christianity and Islam. All right. Either Jake got that Jesus piece on, or the necklace with the cross on it, the rosary beads, or he got that kufi on, man. All right, that's a major stronghold to our people, because you got billions of Christians, you got billions of Muslims who go to that they go to Mecca to kiss that rock every year, man. That's idol worship, man. All right, the scriptures say, matter of fact, we can get that too. Let's go to Exodus 23:13. All right, because the Lord has certain commandments on what to do and not to do. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in right now, man. All right, that's why Jake is continuing to get shot down, like the Jake last week. He doesn't understand that Jake getting shot down by the police is biblical prophecy, man.
Yep.
Like you go to Leviticus 26, I think it's like 16 or 17. We can get that one too. But our people have that lack of knowledge, and we out here to bring down these strongholds. Look, this is what's going to happen if you do this. If you worship these other gods, then you're going to be on the ground talking about, I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But our people, they so emotional, and they so caught up in this westernized way of thinking here in America that it can't get to their head.
It's Exodus 23:13. And all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard of out of their mouth.
Yeah, this God right here, man. This is another God, man. All right, this is going to cause our people to be destroyed, man. Jesus Christo, white Jesus. When the letter J didn't exist until 1633, 1634, something like that.
I got a precept for you.
Yeah, that's a major stronghold. You got some precept.
Yeah. This is Amos 7:17. And this is going back to the point that you said that it's prophecy that our people were going to be destroyed on this side of the world. Okay? Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
That prophecy has been fulfilled 10 times over, man. Starting out with the women being harlots in the streets. There's nobody that's a bigger hoe in the streets of America than the black woman, man.
The black and Hispanic.
The porn industry, the sex industry is being established by the black woman, man. Being smutted out by the so-called white men. Prostitution is at an all-time high. The primary prostitutes are the black and Latino tribes, man. You know, that's why in the majority of these different cities, these urban communities, these ghettos, these projects, it's filled up with diseases. It's a mass disease outbreak of you know, whether AIDS, HIV, it's going on all throughout these different cities. And the so-called white man plants it in one person because you know, contrary to popular belief, homosexuals didn't start AIDS, man. You know, homosexuals have been since the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. Man. AIDS was created by the so-called white man, and he put it in these different ghettos and project regions. And individuals through unsafe sex, they actually spread it all throughout, man. But if the black woman was actually being chastised, like the scripture says, to keep her at home, she wouldn't actually, you know, have that disease, man. You know, and it said that men shall fall by the sword. What's that? Being gunned down, black on black crime, as the saying goes.
Yep.
Blacks killing other blacks off of what street you live in, what color you wear. Like over there in California, back in what was that, the 70s, when the Crips and the Bloods first got established, they was killing each other over goddamn colors. Here it is, you the same exact color, but you killing this individual because he has a blue shirt on and you got a red shirt on. What the fuck type of system is that?
Yeah, that whole thing started out as I think CRIPS stands for Community Revolution and Progress. Or something like that. Yeah, it started out as ways of
After Black Panthers.
watching out. You say something?
Well, after the Black Panthers, they you know, because that was started in Oakland. Even Black Panther started in Oakland with Huey Newton and all them.
Yeah.
And then when it broke up, you know, you had them younger members, guys like that started their own little neighborhood watches and stuff. That's where it came from. And Esau infiltrated that.
Yeah, but that goes back to Deuteronomy 28. You know, another scripture in Deuteronomy 28. Back up.
I had a little bit more on this real quick. Yeah, that's all right. Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. And that polluted land is America. All right, we're dying over here, getting shot up, getting all these diseases. Okay, like brother was saying, killing one another. That's the prophecy, but it also brought forth the curse. Yeah. Scripture says that thy eye shall be evil towards thy brother, thy wife, or thy husband, or thy son, or thy daughter. Okay, we're killing each other. The so-called white man is killing us as well. Yeah. All right, we're totally destroyed here. Scripture says, what's that? Micah 2:10. All right, this land is polluted. All right.
Yeah, and it was polluted by the so-called white man because the whole land in the time of Genesis, when the angels established the world in a 7,000 or 6,000 year segment, they created the Western world and they created the Eastern world. And when they established America, America was paradise, man. Natural resources, beautiful lakes, valleys, and exotic animals. But look at it now, man. There's no exotic animals roaming around. Yeah. No herds of bison. Or exotic birds actually, laying themselves actually on these trees. America's jacked up. It's a concrete jungle, man. It's the belly of the beast.
Belly of the shadow.
You can see that this is an actual prison. You never ride past and just see exotic fruits in somebody's yard. See people really in a true good mood. Everything is about breaking down and depressing the people. Now everybody's in captivity under their goddamn cell phones. Since cell phones came out, more people have been socially oppressed. They become more antisocial. They had this one video where they're just going into basically the enslavement of the world, And they had one part where, you know, the man and the woman was on a date, and it just shows like, here it is, they're supposed to be interacting socially, but she's on a date on her goddamn phone all day. What kind of sense does that make, man? Hitting up other dudes, and she'll get with that dude and get on the phone. Like, what kind of sense does that make? It don't make no sense.
There's reports go around that high activities of cell phone use create depression.
Yeah, it does.
But then you still see people with the cell phone, with this, like that.
Yeah, cause all that stuff promote. Cause you know you go on these websites, social media and stuff. You see these so-called social media influencers promoting shit that your ass can't have.
Yeah.
That you ain't got. You seeing you see relationship goals and whole moods and things like that. And what that does is that creates a subconscious complex that you bring upon yourself. I gotta keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. You know, people, man, shit is depressing, man.
Yeah, but our people are destroyed. Right? That's for not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to take another example. Just kind of going back to like last week when Jake, the older Jake, was asking questions about do we support the so-called Jake getting shot. So these scriptures tell about what's going to happen to our people in a lot of times.
Leviticus 26:14. But if ye would not hearken unto me, and would not do all these commandments, and if ye should despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgment, so that ye would not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also would do this unto you.
See, that's the consequence, man. It's something as simple as stop eating pork. There's been all types of scientific evidence that proves that eating pork is bad for your health. All right, don't commit adultery, spiritually or physically. That leads to death. Don't worship these other idols. That leads to death. And so on and so forth. Homosexuality,
No, I'm just saying
lesbianism,
before.
idol worship. All right, selling dope,
Stealing, robbing, killing.
yeah. So there's consequences for not obeying these laws, statutes, commandments. It's more than just the 10 Commandments, right?
I will even appoint over you terror, consumption in the burning pain that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it.
Yeah, meaning everything that you produce. Anything that the blacks and Latinos put their hands to establish, it gets broken down. Prime example, the most pivotal example that we have today is Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street, what was that, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where a group of blacks actually established their own community, and that was a flourishing establishment, man. They had school districts, they had hospitals, they had banks, they had entertainment centers, to the point where whites on the outskirts of the city was coming to actually, you know, basically get it in with the blacks in that land. And what happened? They dropped bombs on that city, man. They said they literally dropped bombs on the city. If you look at certain documentaries pertaining to that, they came in and rummaged that place.
So that cuts all that we need to have our own businesses. It's already been established that Jake tried to do that, man, but it comes to naught, man.
Yeah, because you may have your little business, you might have a little entrepreneurship, or you might make $200,000 a year, $330,000 a year. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna free you out of this captivity. $300,000 ain't gonna get you no goddamn thing. You're not owning any property with $300,000 a year. And in most cases, if you say for instance you get to a position like Floyd Mayweather, he has no power. At the end of the day, everything that the decision he got into, he had to go through checks and balances. He had to go through what they call the gatekeepers. You know, the individuals that's allowing him to get that far. Look at Bill Cosby. It's all control. Look at Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, he got up real far. I think his net worth is estimated at $300+ million. But it came to a certain point, they blackballed him. They threw out all kind of scandals on his name, whether true or untrue. But the thing is, majority of these individuals in Hollywood, they do that shit any damn way. That's a casual thing that's going on, especially back then. Date rape, you know, but they actually threw him out, blackballed him, and threw him in prison, man.
What's happening to R. Kelly right now, man?
Your Kells.
Yeah, he's getting set up and surviving R. Kelly and all that other stuff. But that goes to show you, man, you can't trust in the system, man. And our people are still trusting the system, man. Look at these government workers, man. You know, waiting for the government to come back up, man. Our people are just totally lost, man. You got some? Oh, you got that preset, okay.
Sirach 41:8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction.
If you increase this to your destruction, man. No matter what you do, Esau is rating you like roaches, man. You know, that's why even with certain groups like the Garvites came together, they banded together. You know, they was a so-called assembly of men. And what did they establish? Counterintelligence operations, where they had inside infiltration and agent provocateurs to go in those units to stir up bullshit, so to speak. Stir up plant seeds of jealousy, plant seeds of envy, plant seeds of hatred with one another, and it basically became war, internal struggles, and that gave Esau access through laws and things of that nature to actually lock them up. Now, before Esau will invade any organization, he needs reasons to actually, you know, get access to warrants, so to speak. He needs warrants to actually do so. You know, and that's how you know even today Esau is going to try to execute that same practice. And you can spot an agent provocateur by the action they do, because the word agent provocateur is a agent that provokes. He's always trying to, plant, like I said, plant seeds of envy, plant seeds of jealousy. If it's a man like that in the camp, you got to get that guy the hell away from you, man. You know, because he got demons on him. Or he's working for the federal government.
Yeah, before they send an economic hitman, they send agent provocateurs first into these other countries so they can take over Esau. The other nations' resources. They put that on the media too.
Yeah, subtle operations, man. Esau's a real assassin. I got something more. You done with that? All right, this is Lamentations 1:3. Judah is gone to captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen, she findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits.
That's what's going on right now, man. We're being oppressed, man. Oppressed on every side. All right, our people are last hired, first fired, the subject of every joke. But then our people find some type of amusement through folly, through trying to so-called make it here in America. All right, this land is a prison camp, man. You can see from the time when Columbus hit, was known as the Dominican Republic,
Hispaniola.
Yeah, Hispaniola, up until now, man. You can see that our people get beat down, but they just love to be beat down. They love to be slaves. All right, they have Stockholm syndrome. They don't want to inquire into these things. All right, they go to church, and that's another stronghold in our people, the Christian church. All right, but our people are totally destroyed for lack of knowledge. The knowledge that comes in these scriptures, man.
They never ask questions in those churches. They don't have. They can't. They're just there to get programmed and give them money and get the fuck out.
Yeah, just like don't be a menace, don't ask no questions. Yeah, that's basically.
He said, what? Don't ask me. He said, why pastor got him a nice car? Why pastor got him a nice house?
Yeah.
Hey, but that's how it is. These different pastors. So they had this one pastor. Yeah, he had the outfit. They had this one pastor. He was a businessman. He was all about making cash before being a pastor. And he was like, the hell with, being a businessman. The highest form of being a businessman is really being a pastor. So he transitioned from whatever business that he was doing to actually being a full-fledged pastor, being a true hustler. I guess looked at the seminaries, the seminar things that the pastors do, basically embodied that full character of pastors, and he was shaking the congregations down, man.
Yeah, you ain't really got to work. You ain't really got to do no hard labor. Just by your presence alone, you can be thinking some foul stuff, man. Just by your presence alone, the people respect you. Oh, this is pastor or bishop, this and this and this.
It's all about the mind. You get the
people's minds.
That's it.
And you got the people.
That's like a pimp.
You see that
Yes,
going on?
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Going on in amongst Israel, man. Amongst Cosmos, man. You see that going on in Israel, man. These guys are making movies now. You know, they got this school, the Hebrews. They just putting Christianity spin on it. And then they back there collecting bait, man.
I got something real fast. This is under Hallelujah.
Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah Mag, which Hallelujah and Hallelujah same thing, but HallelujahMag.com. It says in 2009, a USA research institution, Live Steeds, showed that black churches in aggregate have collected over 450 billion in tithes and donations since 1980. And this is in 2009. How much more in 2019? So it's probably about, it gotta be about 700, 800 billion, man.
So all you jakes that say, oh, we need to build up our community, man, you need to go to the church and ask for your refund back, man.
That was the build-up money right there.
Yeah, that's the money. If you want to build your so-called community, that's the money right there, man.
Like they had this one judge, she was talking to a pastor, he was getting caught up on some charges. And basically she was like, what the hell you doing, did with all the congregation money? And he, fucking racist dog, man.
Dog, man.
Edomite dog, man.
Yeah.
And that's why the scripture speak about beasts, man. Beasts gonna have to die too.
Yeah, they gonna have to.
They got demons on them, man.
Should've
But
beast
the lady was talking to the pastor, and she was like, "What did you do with all the congregation money?" And he was like, I had to, I had to get my flights. I had to get the nice suits. He didn't say the nice suit, but he was like, I had to get the suits, this and that. But she was like, how much are the suits? He was like, 3,500 each, 4,500 each, so and so. But she was like, why do you need that? Have to have that type of expensive suit just to teach the Bible? And he was like, I gotta look, maintain an image for my congregation. And then they went to the reports of the vehicles he had. Man, this dude was buying so many damn vehicles, man. He actually created his own vehicle. It was like a Benz, and it was like a mixture of something, and he spliced it. And then she was like, how the hell you do that? Hey, man, these pastors, man, they're fucking, they some chief fucking robbers, man. Yeah, it was something crazy, man. I'm gonna probably sit.
I think it's a reality show on that. The pastor's reality show.
Yeah, they did have that reality show.
Yeah.
How stupid can you be?
They receive their consolation. That's what.
They say in the book of Proverbs, wisdom utter her voice in the streets, When they say the Most High does not in temples made with hands. So you Jakes, y'all just out there, man. Jeremiah 5:7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Their children have forsaken me and sworn by them thou art no gods. When I had fed them to the full, they did commit adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the holy houses.
That's the modern day church, man. Are people committing spiritual adultery? And they're doing it physically in the church, man. There's all types of scandals. The pastor sleeping with this guy's wife, that guy's wife. You go on YouTube and there's all types of scandals within the black church. You got these mega church pastors, these gospel singers. They're all homosexuals. All right, they all got boyfriends on the side. All right, so this is strictly harlot house. The church choir guy is gay. All right, yeah, it's totally ran by the women. You know this old Jake, man. They don't want to go to church, man. They'll take some laxative the night before and be like, oh baby, I can't go to church. My stomach hurt. Jake ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Jake is not trying to hear that. Because all they're going to tell you is you're going to be more prosperous than you were the year before. All right, you're gonna for the women, you're gonna get your Boaz. All right, that's all they're gonna tell you. They're gonna jump up and down. They're gonna give you some perverted gospel. So the scriptures tell you what's going to happen, man, with these churches, man. They're basically harlot houses.
Right, they are, all you see in the churches is women, man. If you see a man he going in the for the women.
Yeah.
These women dress like sluts in the churches, man. They ain't learning shit but songs,
Yeah, man, Jake,
They ain't even learning songs.
Jake can tell you, man, you see what a woman at, man, go to church. Jake can tell you that all the time, man.
Church is full of women, man.
Yeah.
Man, what they do, like the night before, out clubbing, partying till 3 a.m., however, pouring around, being a slut.
Yeah.
Then wake up the next morning, go to the church. Come on, I'm finna get clean. What the fuck is that, man?
Do it again next week.
And repeated them, man.
It's a satanic ritual, man.
The church is the after party, basically.
Yeah, and all these different churches, the establishment of churches was just for profit. It was all for gain's sake. That's why you have a 501c3, a tax exempt status. You basically a government entity. You're embodied by the government, and you have what they call can't think of the word, but basically whatever you say can be used against you. So you have restricted guidelines on your teaching practices. Gag order, that's it. They'll put you on a certain gag order. If you say certain things that's oppositional to the government, then they have rights to come against you, So they keep them within the barracks of the institution of the teaching. Just like in school, the education. A teacher can't just go in the educational system and teach what she want to teach. Or teach what he want to teach. Just throw the whole rule book out and teach slavery, you the Israelite. Man, they gonna kick his ass out. Yeah. And how did he have to get the license? He had to go through certain tests. He had to go to school. Whether it was, he had to actually be programmed to believe that, okay, blacks are Africans from Africa, and we were swinging on vines and trees, and we got taken from here to America. They'll never tell you that you're an Israelite. That's why never in your school you'll never learn that. You'll never learn that in school. You'll never learn that in church. You'll never learn that in any of these institutions. And that's why it's important to come to the streets, because we're not attached to the government. This is the highest form of breaking free. We don't have no government building. We're not looking for tithes and offerings. We ain't looking for abundance of women and children just to come in for entertainment. We don't have any sponsorships. We don't have any of those. We don't see no songs. We ain't got the gimmicks. We don't have the collection plate. We don't have we do have the altar, the spiritual altar.
Right.
But we don't have all this BS just for the entertainment of guests.
Hashtags.
Yeah, the hashtags. This is just full, raw, rugged truth.
It's Isaiah 56:10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. All right? And when you go into these church pastors, all right, okay, they don't warn the people, okay, because they're supposed to be preachers, right? So the word preacher goes back to the meaning of being a prophet, okay? To be able to prophesy. Well, to be a prophet, you have to be out here warning the people about what's to come, telling the people what the Lord said, what the Heavenly Father says is going to come. All right?
If I could,
Whether they're wicked or righteous.
I just want to add to what you're saying, because another word for prophet is a herald.
Yep.
Like you have in New York, like Herald Square.
Yeah, somebody that called up.
Yeah.
Okay, a herald is like back in Mexico, you had a town crier. The town crier would come out, blow the trumpet, and give the news whether a king is coming or a nobleman. Okay, and that's what we do. We do that in the spirit. But these church preachers, okay, they don't do that. They're the false prophets. They're not even prophets. They just don't teach you the right thing. They don't call out. They don't warn you about nothing. Okay, here it is. America's literally being destroyed from the inside out. And them that new pastor Eddie Long Church, he's not gonna go up there tomorrow and say, well,
Yeah, Jamal Bryant.
Government shutdown means the end of America. All right, all the Israelites need to get right. He's not gonna do that. Okay, he wants to keep the money flowing. That's why the scripture says that they cannot bark, because the Lord didn't give them the spirit to bark.
Yeah, who's that nigga in South Carolina bought his woman a Lamborghini truck? They showing themselves that they don't care. They're not warning the people the sword is coming.
Yeah, they hustlers, man.
Right? It says sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber, meaning they love the docile, get along, go along, get along spirit that Jacob's in, because it brings them money.
And the churches be passive as hell, man.
Yep.
They just giving them a pacifier and telling them that basically that everything they're going through their grievances is going to be over soon. but they'll never give them the remedies. They'll never tell them why they're going through it, that it's biblical prophecy. They skip through majority of the scriptures. That's why the average person in the church, they're more retarded than most people on the streets, man. They have no type of spirituality. You can ask them certain books. Have you heard of the book of Habakkuk? No. Have you heard of Nahum? No. Jonah? No. Obadiah? Haggai? No. They probably ain't heard of certain New Testament. The book of Jude. They ain't heard of
Philemon.
Philemon.
They ain't heard of
Come on.
Yeah.
You've been going to church 15 years. You ain't heard of the crisis.
We had the brother Kadar Shapard up there in New York. He was videotaping his cab driver, this so-called black woman. I think she was Benjamin. But he was like, yeah, so you know about the Bible? He's like, yeah, we know the whole book. But she found herself out to be a liar, man, because she didn't know anything, man. It's just a bunch of rah, a bunch of talking.
It's not really rah who that anymore. It's more of a they call it what's the word? Making money. Not progressive, but prosperity. It's a prosperity doctrine. It's not really, it has nothing to do with the Bible. It has all to do with gearing you towards just making money. Like if you're not prospering, if you don't got money, then God ain't dealing with you.
Yeah.
That's the spirit that they push, and that's the blindness that they push, and that's why they put these. Because Jake is simple, you know. That's why the scriptures say, if I may add, what does it say? When a rich man speaketh, they exhort him to the clouds. You know, so Esau knows that, and that's why Esau puts these characters in our face, and they have them in, $1 million homes and $1 million churches and shit like that. That TBN spirit, you know.
It says, verse 11, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. Right? Speaking about the money.
Yeah. Satiated lust like wolves, man. When you see how wolves actually, pry and tear against, prey.
Hell.
You see the bloodthirstiness, they be gnawing on one another. That's how these church pastors is, man. They just want gain. The more they get, the more they give to their women.
Yep.
The more that they exploit. Because it comes to the point where it's a requirement. It's like, sister, you've been paying these $200 every week. What's going on? You know, it's a real pimp hole relationship. I don't know if y'all brothers remember. I'm pretty sure y'all do. That Dave Chappelle back in the day with Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
The Wayne Brady episode when he was riding through the ghettos and the whole head gave him the money. He was like, "What's this? What is this?"
He said, I think Grant.
It's the pregnant woman.
Yeah, it's a pregnant woman.
Yeah. But that's how these pastors is, man. Because it's like if you've been giving $75 every week to the church, and your tithes get a little bit lower to 60, them pastors ain't gonna look at you the same, man. And say for instance you want to recollect certain money out your tithes, you gotta pay off your mortgage. You gotta pay all your car payments. In most cases, they ain't gonna give you that shit. They might throw you some bread.
No, they're gonna give you 1,000 excuses.
Yeah, but they gonna give you excuses.
They spent it.
They spent it.
They invested that into
And I went to that. I went to what is that? New Hope. Is that Eddie Long Old Church? New Birth. I went there when I first moved here before I was in the truth. And even then I was like, man, this shit ain't right, man. Cause I'm used to, going to churches in the country where you had the ushers or whatever, and they give you the flyer.
Yeah.
When I went to that church, they gave you a little tight sheet.
Tights, yeah.
They weren't even. I'm like, y'all ain't even giving programs no more. Y'all just giving a tight sheet to fill it out. They had an ATM as soon as you walk in. I was like, man, this shit ain't right, man.
They got the bookstore. Yeah, it's a gift shop.
With the CDs, choir got a whole.
All that before you get to the Coliseum, because they can't even. I don't even want to call that a church.
Yeah.
That shit look like the dome.
Hell yeah.
That shit like the Benz
Got a
Stadium.
big screen in there.
Yeah. I don't even like driving past that church. It's so wicked, man.
Is it closed down? Somebody.
James Jamal Bryant.
Isaiah 56 and 11. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand.
Yeah, because the main job or the role of a shepherd is to herd the sheep.
Hiring.
That's or your pastor. The pastor goes into directing you to the pasture. That's what those words mean. Herding the sheep and directing you to the pasture. These pastors ain't directing you to the pasture. They're taking money out of your pocket. They're extorting you. They leading you astray. They lead you astray. They're not telling you what's going on in the government. They're not telling you you're being effed over by the so-called white man. And I tell you the white man is their enemy.
They're committing adultery.
Committing adultery.
With the women. That my mother, because Jake still have a tie to the church. Because they, the scriptures say that our spirit bear witness with the Lord, So, you go to church thinking like you and your husband having issues. The husband and wife having issues. They go to the church to get counseling. And here he is. He sees your mother or the wife or whatever weak. He trying to fuck her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to that semi-pro football player.
Man, they got churches, man. There's levels to wickedness in churches too, man.
They pedophiles.
Yeah, pedophiles. I think it was this one pastor, and the pastor was like, he got magic semen. He was like, you got to drink.
Yeah. That was in Africa, I think.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Basically, like, you got to drink his joint, his stuff to get your prosperity. And all the women was swallowing.
Oh, the women was lined up on the beach, butt naked for the pastor. He was like, I gotta do all. Yo, that's crazy.
Pastors ain't nothing but high level witches, man.
They are.
They had this one pastor where he was saying, eat grass, and it's gonna you're gonna get benefits.
Oh, yeah.
God is gonna bless you. You had the motherfuckers they was grazing like cows, man. This one girl, she damn near had her head in the dirt, man.
That gift of the tongue, man.
That gift of the tongue.
That tongue is like the elders of Dallas were saying. That's a crazy member. That tongue, man.
That's all the tactics of Jim Jones, man.
Yep.
All these churches use the Jim Jones tactics. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink that Kool-Aid.
The great Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you can still listen to the Jim Jones audio. You can go on YouTube and see how he finessed the congregation to drink that Kool-Aid. I remember Apostle Hall, what was that? Probably about 6-7 years ago. He played the audio of the Jim Jones. And Jim Jones like, man, the hell with this world. We don't need this world. We got a better world we can go to. And everybody was like, yeah. A bunch of black women. And one black woman raised up and she was like, well, does it really have to be like that? Then all the black women cussing the girl out, shitting on her. And she ended up taking the punch too.
That group think.
And then,
I gotta speak of the scripture.
Afterwards, everybody was dead.
They showed a bird's eye view. Yep, everybody laid out. And they claim, as it is claimed, that Jim Jones was the last one to drink the punch after everybody died, and he died too. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
That was a trial run.
That was a trial run.
Yeah, that nigga went through the back door.
They moved that
Caught a
nigga
plane
to
or
another
something.
country.
They still have it in a sense now because these pastors are gonna need people on this chart, the people on the left hand side of this chart to take that chip. They're gonna have them drink that green punch, man. Form that chip.
That's right.
There are shepherds that cannot understand the scriptures. They don't understand the breakdowns of the scriptures. They don't know, the understanding of the Lord choosing Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who the descendants are, what that means, who Esau is. They don't have that. They don't know what the mark of the beast is. Okay? They don't know. All right?
I got a precept if you brothers don't. Can I bring this precept out real quick? This is Exodus 23:2. And it reads, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a case to decline after many to wrestle judgment.
Yeah, follow not a multitude do evil, man. Like I just said, man, these pastors are gonna give their congregation Romans 13 or some washed up breakdown and have them take the chip, man. That's what it's coming down to because since we're on the subject of pastors, I read an article I think it was like a couple years ago how T.D. Jakes went to have a meeting with FEMA. So why is T.D. Jakes
I remember that.
with FEMA?
I remember that.
Because he's planning to put these people on the left hand side of the chart into these concentration camps. Mm-hmm. He's leading the sheep to the slaughter, so to speak, man.
Yeah, Farrakhan, he always has meetings with all kinds of drug dealers, rappers, all these niggas.
Yeah.
And they ain't talking about how to he's not trying to, get with these rappers, these 2 Chainz rappers and the T.I.s. He ain't trying to tell them to stop promoting drug and violence in their music. They trying to come up with deals to further expand their empire, man. Hey, you watched that on what? On New Jack City? Yeah. The individual who was pissed off that Nino was selling that poison.
Oh yeah, the old man.
Yeah.
And then he was sitting with that pastor.
He said, "What you doing here, Pastor?"
Yeah.
Pastor ended up cutting deals with Nino, man.
They say that's real big down in Florida too. A lot of those churches are just fronts to laundry money, laundry drug money.
That's crazy.
I got another precept if nobody's holding something. Yeah, go ahead and bring it up, bro.
It's Proverbs 23 and 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding.
You're supposed to buy the truth and sell it not, man. You're not supposed to. That even goes for Israel too, man. Because you got a lot of these pastors who think this is the. A lot of these guys think it's the next hustle, man.
They got a bunch of new building funds, Israelites.
Now these people say they believe in the Lord, man. What did the Lord do to the money changers, man? What did the Lord do to the money changers, man? You gotta ask yourself that question. You know, if they say they love the Lord so much, how come they don't go to that account in the scriptures, man? When the Lord overthrew the money changers, man, the den of thieves. That's these pastors now, the den of thieves, man.
Den of thieves. Because the money changers, man, they had it set up.
Oh.
Like right when you sin, right when you transgress. You know, we got the doves right here on display. You know, they was making a hustle. They was making a profit off of penitence. And the temple gift shop. They even do that in Catholic churches.
Yeah, we started that.
Huh?
We started that.
Yeah. In them different Catholic churches, you would sin and you would just pay off depending on the severity of your sin. If it was a sin worthy of death, then you have to pay more money to the pastor, you know? And even those Catholic churches, man, those are some of the worst. They got so many pedophiles. They got $1 billion worth of pedophile scandals. Every damn Catholic leader, so to speak, he's always getting caught up in some type of pedophilia.
Yeah, where's surviving the Catholic Church at? Everybody talking about surviving R. Kelly's ass.
Hell yeah.
Where's it surviving the Catholic Church? Yeah. Like you said, was it a crimin? Solicitatiana, something like that.
Yeah.
They spend billions of dollars and hush money to victims. Billions. That's crazy. Yeah, I got something for you. This is Revelation 6. Revelation 6, and I'm going to start at 15. And it reads, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men, because these pastors, they fall under great men and rich men too, you know. And the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Because in all these movies, you always see these apocalyptic movies. Where's one of the main places that people love to run to? These churches. Everybody feels like this is holy ground. God ain't gonna touch this place. That's why when you go in J areas, like if you ride on it, like over on our side of town, like right up North Harrison, ain't nothing but trapped out apartments and big ass churches over there.
Well, remember that warehouse, that werewolf movie? I think Steven Steinberg made that movie.
Which one?
I think it was called Silver Bullet. And all the people went to the church, but the pastor was really the wolf who was eating up and killing everybody. He really get caught. Yo, I gotta watch that.
I gotta watch that. You gotta put that in the group.
Silent Hill came out years ago, and all the individuals ran to the churches. But they believe that's going to be the area of refuge where the Holy Spirit is there, and it's going to protect them from BS, man, from destruction.
It shows that on that movie, the first purge, all the Edomites came in and shut all the people up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Oh yeah, they killed them in that church.
See?
You got some more on that?
It says verse 17, and it says, for the day of the Lord, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Yeah, these pastors aren't even talking about the day of the Lord, man. They're not even talking about the topics that's related to the day of the Lord. They're not talking about the economic crash. I bet none of these pastors are talking about the economic shutdown and how these events are leading up to the day of the Lord. All right? These are going to be the same ones that's going to be people on the left side of this chart. It's not on that. We out here. We the real pastors, man. You know, we the real teachers, the real leaders of our nation. Tell you to come up from under that, but our people are stuck.
Hey, but you know what, brother? Our people, they might be in this church because they still see this place as continuing.
Yeah.
But when all hell breaks loose, like when you watch that, remember that documentary years ago? That was on VHS, or VH1. Was it dealing with the anniversary of what was his name? Rodney King riots.
Oh yeah.
And when they showed the documentary, when you watch that documentary, they show you how Jake was all. You had Jake that was going to the church, right? And they were looking for answers on how to deal. And of course, the preachers they're giving that turn the left cheek bullshit. Yeah. But then you had them rowdy Jakes, because what does it say? Matter of fact, can I pull one scripture if you don't mind? What is that? Isaiah 42. You know what I'm talking about?
Take the chains off us?
No. They're like wild bulls. Is that Isaiah? Is that Isaiah 50 or is that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, if you could get that. Because then you watch that documentary, Jake was like, man, the hell with what this pastor say. And they show you where literally they started walking. They walked from the church towards the city, and that's when the riots start.
I'm gonna say this, like when all hell break out loose, martial law, hey, they gonna ask their pastor, man. And they don't got the answer. Hey, these pastors getting put to death.
They getting put to death.
All the money I gave you, you can't tell me this.
Right.
You know?
All these times are getting closer.
Yeah, and they show that movie
Yep.
show that on Netflix, Bushwick, how the pastor just shot himself. You know, they inside the church.
Oh,
I was,
man.
you know, that's the spirit. I was about to say something about Bush, but when it was in the church, wasn't it, in that
It was
movie?
in the church.
Yeah.
Like, they just shot
Oh,
himself.
yeah. I remember.
That's right, because she went to the back to go talk to him.
Go talk to him.
See?
He shot himself.
You want me to get it?
Yeah, cut.
Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted. They light at the heads of all the streets.
Their sons have fainted, because our people have fainted, man. You know, when you really be out here in these streets during your day-to-day and you just listen to Jake and you just listen to they speak, Jake is worn the hell out, man. It's not much more wearing out that Jake can really take, you know? Jake is tired, man.
Jake ain't really saying much.
Yeah, Jake is beat up, you know, and they're fainted. So the only thing left to do is they're gonna lash back, you know? Keep going.
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the heads of all the streets.
Mm-hmm. And like when I said, when you watch that documentary, which is a good documentary to watch. It's a VH1, like dealing with the history of Rodney King and when they did the verdict. And like I say, when you watch it, literally Jake was like in the streets. They were like, man, fuck that. And literally that's when the riot started. It took one Jake. It literally took one Jake to be like, man, fuck what he's saying. And the people that kind of felt the same way, they started following him. Next thing you know, they ended up in the streets, and then you see where the guy got his head bashed with the brick. They pulled the guy out the truck and bashed his head in.
Oh yeah, that truck
driver,
18-wheeler, that white boy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when Jake can't get their answers, when Jake started losing they goodies, they gonna take it to the streets, man. They gonna rebel.
A little bit more.
You got it, brother.
They lie at the head of all the streets. You get it, brother. As a wild bull in a net.
Yeah, imagine throwing a net over a wild bull. That bull gonna do everything in his power to get that net off of him. And our people are feeling that, like our people are already in the net, but they don't realize it. But when this devil starts to really draw that string, and they really feel the wall closing in, like, oh shit, that's when they gonna get this shit off of me. They gonna bounce back, you know.
Because we already know what it is, because of the Bible already foretold it. And we see these things already afar off. Because
Right.
for the prophets, the scriptures refer to the prophets as seers or visionaries. They see the vision miles down the line before it actually comes. But when it visits Jake's front door,
Yep.
that's when they're going to actually react, you know?
It's gonna be too late
Yep.
for most of them.
It says they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power.
And see, we gonna handle the situations that come spiritually. Jake ain't exercising their spirituality. Jake gonna come with that fire of carnality. You know, they're gonna be on that full of rage like a bull, like when you watch old Bugs Bunny and they had the bull on there in his eyes, you see the meter in his eyes get red.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Jake. Yeah. Jake just gonna be out here bashing heads and just possessed by blood, you know?
Because the Lord gonna take that dust off of them. Like the Lord gonna actually make them see like that shit in them.
Yeah, he said that. He said that who shall rouse him up. Yeah,
Oh,
make him rise up.
yeah.
That's how I Jake up, man.
Yeah, and this government shutdown is a precursor
It's going down,
to all
man.
the shit that's going to actually occur. You know, Jake is getting first-hand witness how the government gives a shit about him. and it's been already,
Right.
it's already been revealed. But Jake has to. These generations, as generations always pass, they go back to sleep. So in these generations now, Jake has to see that the president, the mayor, your senate, your Congress, anybody in the authoritative office, they could give an F less about you, man.
But Jake got to see to believe it. Jake faithless out there.
I believe so.
Jake don't have faith.
At the last minute.
Now, this second Acts 15:16. But there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings, nor princes, in the course of their action, should stand in their power.
Sedition basically means to go against an authoritative figure or a government. And these people in these churches, they look at T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Benny Hinn, what's that bitch name? What's her name? Joyce Meyer.
Joyce, yeah,
whatever
Joyce
her name
something.
is, that ugly looking- whatever, man. But these people look at these figures as a governmental authority.
Fathers.
Yeah, fathers. Man. Before they figure out what's going on politically, they go to the church. So when they can't get the answers of what the mark of the beast is, when martial law is implemented, when people are killing each other for the lack of
Chariot visitings.
yeah, chariot visit, they can't answer that. All right, they can't.
They
answer
not,
that.
cannot answer that.
Yeah, there's gonna be sedition, man. They're gonna be in these palaces that these pastors have looking for answers, and they can't answer, man. So they're gonna get trampled down, man. But
That's in Isaiah chapter 29 too. It's like,
Yeah, keep going. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, because like the brother said, in the times of anarchy, which is going to come to America, these people are going to recreate their approach on how they actually dealing with the ways of this world, man.
That's right.
Because everybody's in a passive mentality. They have access to go to these different restaurants. You know, they get their paychecks every week. But the grips are starting to get tight on this place, man.
That's right.
You know, that these different women are actually losing their welfare privileges. You know, the EBT, the Section 8 SNAP. This government shutdown, food stamp. This government shutdown is affecting people heavily, man. Thousands of people, not millions, are actually working for free. You know, and it's going to get worse and worse. It's more than,
And you know what happens? You think about it like this, right? The TSA, that's a real important part of this government's situation. You know, they're like a border patrol for planes. You know, so here it is. I'm working for free. And when you go to the airport, especially here in Atlanta, the Jake that work at the airport, you can tell that's a bunch of niggas. You know, there's a bunch of niggas. I mean, it's just the truth. So when they ain't getting paid, what they gonna start doing? Sliding shit through. Here, taking bribes, taking money to get drugs through planes.
that's what they did with USPS workers, mail workers.
Mhm.
They was doing drugs. They was smuggling drugs.
Smuggling drugs and bombs. You know, you have a Jake that don't got the money, so what he'll do? Here, man, don't worry about what's in the box. So you just because you need money, you helping this box get through not knowing it's a pipe. It's a pipe B. You gotta watch your language.
yeah.
You know, but hey, real shit. You know, but you know, that's what they're gonna do. So watch what's gonna happen. Next thing you know, a huge terroristic attack comes. But who's to blame? You not paying the people. How loyal is a hungry dog?
That's how the government operates. They know how people react. They understand the psychology. They understand, you know, Esau's a master of sociology. They know how much you could take when you're not getting paid your full benefits. And who the hell in their right mind is going to work 40, 50 hours,
Right.
hard, strong labor, aggressive labor, and you're not getting paid? How would you even eat? How are you taking care of your bills?
Now your woman snapping on you.
Yeah, your woman cussing you out and shit. And you always think about the federal jobs. That's really the creme de la creme of the society, man. When you working for, you know, doing anything federally, you got all kind of federal benefits. You got all type of government benefits that come with the package of working for the government. But that's the bad thing of working for the government is these things at the shutdown. But what the scriptures speak about? And as a matter of fact, get that too. Trusting in Egypt, trusting in the shadow of Egypt. Go ahead.
If I can say this too, it's Jake, you know, government business too, man. So you think Jake finna work for free? Come on now.
You continue on that. Yeah.
It say,
I really surprised that terroristic attack happened through the airport. Because it's perfect. It's a perfect scenario.
a man should desire to go to a city and should not be able, but because of that pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed.
And if I could say, to add to what you're saying, this really is a terroristic attack. This government shutdown is a terroristic attack on you people. You just don't. You people just you know, when you think of a terroristic attack, you think of bombs and explosions. But when you take away a man's ability to provide for his family, that's terror.
Yeah, you're stripping a man's resources from him. You actually restricting his access for his goods.
Yeah.
He's not able, he's disabled to purchase, he's disabled to actually clean himself, to cook for himself, to transport himself from one part of the destination to the next. That's basically tariffs, you know, like when these different when the government actually, what's the word? It's tariffs is one word, it's another one. When they put it on another country.
Embargoes.
Sanctions. When they
Sanctions
put
and
sanctions
embargo.
on certain countries, they put certain restrictions on them, man.
Mm-hmm.
They restrict their rights of certain imports, you know, and things of that nature.
Make it,
Trade wars.
Creating
Trade wars.
innovative.
Yeah.
Because Iran, they wanted to be innovative in nuclear, which they still went, but
Yeah.
you know, U.S. tried to put sanctions on Iran.
Yeah, they have these different, you know, they have these eloquent words to actually, you know, say it like sanctions, which is a form of restriction. They're doing the same thing to you people, man. And it's all to do what? Build the wall. And it's like, why the hell does Trump want this wall so much, man?
You're right.
Because it's to keep your ass in and to keep the Mexicans out. But prior to the United States actually invading America, the British and the Spanish, because the Spanish actually occupied Florida for a season.
Why they want that?
Actually, Florida was a part of that was Spanish territory. But prior to that, yeah, France actually having Louisiana and all throughout. You know, but prior to that, you know, you had the Israelites, which were in the form of the Aztec Empire. They lived in majority of these lands, man. Majority of like San Francisco, California, all that's Mexican land, man. But the so-called white men invaded this land, killed the people, gave them smallpox. You know, generation by generation, established their institution. Now they're calling them illegal immigrants. Man. But that's the devil for you. And it's going to get worse. The restrictions is going to get tighter. He's going to tighten the vice grips more.
He might kick some of us out the country.
He might.
We here under his allowance.
Hey, a lot of them terrorists go to Guantanamo Bay to get tortured.
I mean, even not even so with that. He might just tell us, some of us, he did it in ancient Rome. He wanted to kick the Christians out.
Yeah.
He could very well be like, nah, y'all got to get the hell out of here. We revoking your right to citizenship in this place. So flee.
Yeah, they kicked Marcus Garvey out. They made him go back to Jamaica. They do that to a lot of people. Certain mafia men, they'll just kick them out of the country. A lot of them, they had to go back to Sicily. They had to go back to Italy. Hey, knowing this devil, man. Keep going.
He can't say that.
But because of that pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed,
Houses shall be destroyed.
and man shall be afraid.
And that's why the scripture says to be a temporary dweller here. Man. You know, the scripture says be pilgrims on the earth. You can't be in your house thinking you settled. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for the next 10, 15 years.
I'm gonna get beamed out of this bedroom.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna get delivered out of this room. You don't know how it's gonna go down. That's why you gotta, like the scripture says, we have no continuous city. This ain't our fucking city, man. Atlanta, then you got niggas that really represent, you know, my team, my city here. This ain't ours, man. My hood, my street. None of this stuff belongs to you. Then you got these niggas, these hard-headed, stupid niggas that fight over these blocks. They fight over these cities, man. This devil is gonna kick you out of the land. He's gonna destroy, like I said, he's gonna destroy your cities, which they already destroyed any damn.
Yeah.
These projects, these hoods, man, you can tell that the so-called white man waged war on you, even establishing that.
Yeah,
But it's gonna get worse.
Hosea 4:6.
that's right.
He said, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword,
Yep.
and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, and it's still bread that's in circulation. You know, just think about when it's in scarcity, when only a few people actually have, you know, food, so to speak. It's a mass rationing of goods. people are gonna go haywire, man.
Yeah, like you had Floyd Mayweather showing all his watches and shit.
Yeah,
Hey, well, Floyd in that day gonna trade one of them watches for a can of peaches.
Hell yeah.
An $18 million watch, he gonna trade it to you because you got a cup of water.
Hell yeah. Sandwich.
A sandwich. Yo, he gonna try to eat it?
Give his daughters away, give his wife away, wives.
Because you know he doesn't have any integrity.
Yeah.
What the nigga report, they say a man should have been
$18 million
for his neighbor, you know?
That's
So during that time, martial law, if you don't got no food at the house, you will go to the next neighbor's house, you know? It don't matter how long you know your neighbor, like 5 years, 3 months, 20 years. Hey, you should have no pity in that day, man. Especially you got a family to feed, you know, you got little kids to feed, you know, the family, you know?
This is the highest time really to band together. That's why the scriptures tell you that in Zephaniah, at the 2nd chapter.
That's right.
Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Because the nation that doesn't, as a matter of fact, read that real fast. Gather yourselves together.
Zephaniah
These
chapter.
white people don't give a shit about us. They don't give a hell about you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They showing it without, and it's majority of these Latin tribes. It ain't just Mexicans. A lot of these Latin tribes getting kicked the hell out of this country, man. They had this one video where it was Latins. It was probably like 25, 30 of them in one house, just squeezed in, packed in like sardines, trying to get away from the government. They went in there, invaded them, and kicked them out.
Well, ISIS came in there.
Hey, but they never speak about all these illegal Russians, these illegal gooks that's in the country.
ICE, that's what
You know, they don't ever speak of that. When they think of immigration problems, their first thought is Latin people. Well, what about these Hamites? You don't think Ham's not sneaking into the country?
Hell yeah.
Elam's not sneaking. You telling me these Moabites, they smuggle people in? Like when you go to these Chinese restaurants and the dry cleaners and the washrooms and all that, man, them is Moabites that is enslaved to another Moabite that snuck their ass in this country.
Hell yeah.
But where's the kicking their ass out of the country energy
They
at?
kick out some goddamn Indians, man.
And then they sell the Jake too.
And the reason why they ain't gonna just throw them the hell out is because they have established regions over there in like the Arabs. They have pacts with the Saudis, man. They have pacts with a lot of the Arab countries. Same thing with Elam. They got a lot of pacts with
Right.
the East Indians and those different countries. They actually have their own establishment where they need to be in their mercy, so to speak. But they don't give a fuck about Issachar. They don't give a hell about the Latin tribes. Them Latin tribes are jacked up anyways, man. And they already invaded them countries.
Imagine how effed up Puerto Rico still is.
Yeah.
That hurricane was what going on 2 years ago,
You nigga Trump throwing tissue, paper towels.
and Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States.
When you talk about Esau, when you talk about Esau invading
up,
these
man.
countries, like you got MS-13, a gang that started in Los Angeles, and a lot of those gang members got deported back to Honduras and Guatemala. So in turn, all the violence started happening in those countries, and then you wonder why those people want to come up here. See, Esau creates these situations, and then he blames it on the tribes, man.
Or Jose that's just trying to make some money, raking your yard and shit. He's the enemy of the state.
Yeah, he's the wicked. Esau, the wicked will tell you who the wicked is, man. Esau's all about putting the blame on other
God
nations.
damn.
This white man, just like the brother said, these different, like the cartel, these different drug regions, like Colombia, Mexico, all those imports of cocaine and crack, all those different drugs being shipped from one country to the next. The main suppliers are the ones that actually produce those drugs to get from one part of the country from Mexico, get from the border of Mexico to the Americas throughout California was the so-called white man.
Right.
He funded the cartel.
Contra and all
Yeah,
that.
the Contra. They had even when the cartel was going on, running rampant. They actually had certain badges. Like if you would go to certain law enforcement, certain authorities, you could actually show them the badge that you actually have rights to import drugs, man. And they ain't gonna tell you these things. The federal government, Trump, none of these your mayors, anybody in the government's not gonna tell you we are the reason for mass amount of drugs being shipped. We are the reason for mass amount of guns being shipped. All these different scandals.
That's why Pat Till got killed.
That's why Gary Webb got killed too. I'm surprised Bill Ross ain't been killed. But,
Because he's still plugged in.
I think he's still plugged in.
He's still plugged in.
BJ Vlad TV.
Yeah, he's plugged in. I got something when he's done with that.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, we're not desired by these people, man. The government hates us. America hates us. Our people of our own nation, they hate us because what? They hate the truth. They hate the Bible. You know, they don't want to actually adhere to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't want to go out their way to represent the word. You know, they don't want to direct the people to the pasture. It's all about divide and conquer. And our people are still in that slave, that envious, that Deuteronomy 28:50, Deuteronomy 28:15
on down
spirit, man. And we're breaking free from the curses, man. That your eye being evil towards your brother.
Yeah.
We're not in the spirit of envy. We're in the spirit of gathering and building.
That's
man.
right.
Structuring. You know,
building. Because the curses is all about destroying, and the blessings is all about the building aspect. So we in the spirit of building, you know.
The Lord say you should save a remnant.
Remnant of the house of Jacob, yeah.
So the remnant gotta escape these curses too as well.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
at
we
least see them for what they are and not get caught up.
Well, the scriptures say that no man shall redeem you. Yahweh Shah is the redeemer. Yeah. And it tells you in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, that we were bought with a cost, man. So the things we go through is because we're being tried out in the spirit. We're not really tied and bound to the curses that Jake out here. Like the police, we don't be groping from noon to day how we gonna get through the day. No, because we trust in the spirit.
Yeah, trust in the spirit.
We're not, oh God, I don't know, huh? No, if you are, you still in darkness. Yeah. You don't got faith, you know.
Yeah, you got a light of the truth. You got something?
Yeah. This is going into Esau bringing these drugs and stuff in. This is Ezekiel 28 and 5. I saw that 4 actually, and it says, "With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten the riches, and thou hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures."
Yeah, resources, man. Esau going into those different countries all throughout Africa. You know, you had I think it was the early 1900s, the scramble of Africa, where you had the Portuguese, the French, the Spanish, the Dutch, all these different white people basically doing to Africa what they did to America. Came in and destroyed the land, ravaged the land, and basically stripped it of the resources.
Yeah, they was going to war. Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, and then they had us in slavery too, stealing us even when they abolished slavery.
Yeah, the French. The French invaded West Africa. Let me finish this real quick. And it says, verse 5, and it says, "By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches."
Sex trafficking, gun trafficking, illegal trade, man. That's why the three highest forms of illegal trade, which Esau marked us off of all three, is drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and gun trafficking.
Yeah, you could throw that organ harvesting in there too,
yeah,
man.
Organ harvesting, you know. And you had these different scandals actually being presented. You had something known as Operation Fast and Furious, where it was actually shown that the CIA was actually giving guns to criminals.
Yeah.
Out of Central and South America. But their reason behind it was, matter of fact, look up Operation.
Oh, well, ISIS. ISIS is a government-funded program where Esau was giving guns to the so-called Arabs over there in North Africa. You know, calling them rebels and shit.
Yeah, but they was basically saying they gave the guns to them. I forget why the hell they said it. They just came up with some bullshit. But they actually admitted that they gave guns to the individuals in there. You know, I think they were saying they were trying to make certain deals with them, so they gave them a certain amount of guns. But that ain't the reason. Here it is, you giving criminals guns. There ain't no rights.
Right.
You know, there ain't no righteousness in America. And you had this individual I was listening to 88.5, and it was an individual in the
it's a smart
in the
brother
government.
right
They was basically speaking about how really the government is wicked. They was like, they're giving out all these plea deals. It was like it's nothing nowadays for an individual in a criminal to commit heinous crimes and to just establish a plea deal and snitch on everybody around him. They was like, man, that's really wicked as hell. He should actually be charged for the wickedness he does, whether he snitches or not. He still should be go down, man. But these individuals, they know, okay, I can sell crack, I can sell bricks of heroin, I can sell all these different drugs. And at the end of the day, if I get caught, I can snitch out everybody in the assembly and I can go get off scot-free.
Yeah.
You know, you got individuals, the top drug dealers, Boston George,
Snitch.
Rick Ross. These individuals destroyed cities, man.
Generations. Don't just stop at the city. They destroyed generations, man.
Yeah.
Niggas is still. You got Jake that's fucked up to this day because of the crack era.
Right. And it all go back to the so-called white man, which is Esau Edom, man. He the
I
one
got-
push the drugs out there, you know, for our people to sell it to our own people.
I got that article if you wanted the bars on.
Okay.
This is entitled "The ATF Gun Walking Scandal," and it's
Yeah, and the ATF is ammunition, tobacco, and firearms. Just like all the different parts of the government, they claim that they're regulating, and they're actually for the safety of ammunition, tobacco, and firearms. But those same governments are actually pushing out these different drugs. They're pushing out tobacco, they're pushing out firearms and ammunition. Keep going.
okay. It says gun walking or letting guns walk was a tactic of the Arizona Field Office of the United States Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, the ATF, which ran a series of sting operations between 2006 and 2011 in Tucson and Phoenix area, where the ATF purposely allowed licensed firearm dealers.
The ATF, here it is, they're supposed to be regulating and controlling ammunition, tobacco, and firearms for the safety of the people. But it said they
Purposely allowed licensed firearm dealers
allowed licensed firearm dealers
to sell weapons to illegal straw buyers.
to illegal straw buyers. And through what? The black market. So they was taking these different guns, and it was high-power guns. It wasn't no little 22s, little 25s,
Little revolver.
little revolver. Not that little shit. They was giving them the big guns, man. Some shit to take down the government. But they was using it, and they was supplying the individuals to keep exciting war amongst each other.
Hey, you know what movie they show you that too? We'll show you the wickedness of the government too. Is Vice, Miami Vice, with what was it, Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx? Because they was meeting the plug. Literally, they was meeting the guy that was getting the shit into the country. You know, the truckloads of it, boatloads of it. And what they do? They were like, let that truck go, let it go to New York. Oh, okay. So because you're trying to build a case up to get one person, you just collateral damage. Just to hell with Brooklyn. To hell with the west side of Atlanta. Just to hell with it. What?
Wickedness, man. And that's your government. That's the United States. And this is one amongst many thousands of, there's millions of things this devil is getting charged on. Every week we bringing out more and more evidence on the wickedness of the society, man. Keep going.
Yeah, Kun. It says hoping to track the guns to Mexican drug cartel leaders.
That's why they did it. So they got the guns, they gave them the muscle to see how the movements is going, the moving pattern. But it's like the fact is you're giving criminals guns, man. And that show you we really the true detectives. We're the true justice force, so to speak.
Right.
They're the Justice League, you know, pushing out the truth. Because these individuals, whether you're in the CIA, you're in the FBI, it shows you the top of the food chain of the CIA, whether it's the CIA or the FBI or whatever type of government. Yeah, they actually are the one, or the DEA. Drug Enforcement Agency. They are corrupt. You
Criminals
watch
in action, man.
RoboCop, man. You know?
That's the whole what's the movie Punisher? That whole Punisher is all about the whole police force crumbling.
Yeah, just like the movie was it Judge Dredd?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had you said that we were the real we like the real police force.
Yeah.
And I got the word police etymology of it. And the word police police, the noun, is from the 1530s, and it's the regulation and control of a community.
Yeah, this is the regulation and the control of the community. But it really starts with us. We're regulating, and that's why it's built and framed upon what? Statutes, laws. This is the righteous penal code, you know?
I got a precept for you.
You got it.
This is Habakkuk 1, and I'm going to start at 3. And it says, why doest thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievous? To behold grievous. For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked.
Yeah, the law is slack because according to the law, statutes, and commandments, a criminal or somebody that actually sells drugs, whether the seller or the doer, they should be put to death. That's a form of witchcraft. When you read in the scriptures, we banished all the witches out of our city. If the so-called white man gonna do that, you got pharmaceutical, block for block, you got all these different pharmaceutical industries established.
But what does Esau do? He sees the biggest witches in the neighborhood, and look at the rap game. The rap game is nothing but a bunch of niggas that were witches in their neighborhood, and they reached a certain level, and Esau like, oh, we could use you for this one. You know, how about we put you on music and let you talk about all the witchcraft that you did?
They give you a media outlet.
I can't remember which one of the brothers put it in the group, but you got this this warlock Future.
That was me.
He titled his what was it, an album or mixtape?
Wizard.
Titled Wizard. Yeah, because that's wizardry. The music, I think the brother who put it in there said Andre 3000 said he's the most negative inspirational rapper, man.
Ever.
Yeah, because he inspires you to be a witch, a warlock, a demon.
He tell you to mix all these drugs together, listen to this trap music, and go out here and just do some fucked up stuff, man.
Do evil things.
Just do evilness, man.
There's the energy, and you bumping it at the mass amount in your car. You got fucking speakers,
That's the dope.
you know, bumping it all in your ears.
Taking in the frequency of it.
Yeah, taking in the frequency.
And I'll be honest with you, you got some catchy ass music. You gotta be careful listening to that music.
Oh man,
Next thing you know, you want to goddamn.
you want to chop in the brick, throwing a baby in his
You
mouth.
don't count
But
it.
that's why. That's like you said, that's why a lot of these individuals is actually attracted to that lifestyle. That's why the women, the women of our nation, they don't want a wholesome man. They don't want a man that reads the Bible, studies at night, prays in the morning, you know, fast.
Listens to instruments.
Yeah, listen to instruments like the violin, the saxophone, just instrumentals. They don't want to hear that shit.
Sips wine.
They want to hear some nigga shit, because that's what's being heavily influenced by the nation. And it really starting with the so-called white man through the promos, man.
And that spirit of that, really that whole drug, the lewdness and the real intricacies of drug use came from 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
You know, they talking about doing acid,
Yeah.
you know, Oxycontin.
Yeah, what was an interview with DJ Paul? They asked him how the group started. He said it started off with the use of cocaine.
Yeah. Well, you had one of their big
Like, okay.
Yeah, 36, which 3666. You had one song when they came out, they were saying Lucifer in the background. But if you actually catch it, it's saying Lucifer, you my king, you my God. You know?
Yeah, you listen to that Ted, man, you listen to that old 3-6, that shit from the 90s. You cut it on it, all that the demonic sounds. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this, man? And people listen to that, they do drugs, they open up parts of their brain and their spirit, and they just absorb all that negative energy. And then they wonder why years come down the line, why they just a big demon. Like when you look at Kevin Gates, that's a demon, man.
Yeah, you look at you got this guy Soulja Boy right now, right?
Kevin Gates is a
He's
demon.
on a tirade. You can tell he's suffering from bipolar disease because being a part of that industry.
Yeah.
Every so often he just come out with just this big tirade, man.
It's a
Going crazy.
big temper tantrum.
Yes, you know, you see that. You see these guys are suffering from a bipolar disease, which is at times that demon on them is so strong, it make their real spirit take the back seat, man.
Oh, you know another person? Martin Lawrence. Man, Martin Lawrence ain't been happy since '93, man. Like every time I see a picture of Martin Lewis, he just look like, man, I don't even want to be living, man. Here's a picture where they shooting Bad Boys 3 here in Atlanta, and he's looking at a tape. He just looks so sad. Like it's just like you can just see like, God damn, the industry done whip the spirit out of here. Here he is. He was once the funniest man, lively. You can watch old Martin episodes to this day, and you can still feel the spirit.
Hey, how many of these rap niggas come out and say they gonna retire and never retire? Because they can't. The demon on them not gonna let them retire. I'm gonna hit
Jay-Z?
you real quick.
He's fucking 15 years
This is
old.
Micah 2 and 10. Hey, you got this guy what's his name? Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh man.
He just
Oh
came out the
yeah.
woodwork saying he's retired.
He
And
he deleted all his music.
right. Yeah, that nigga ain't done, man.
Nah,
That demon owner's gonna use you.
Satan still got some more plans for that nigga. Got a couple more tracks, little nigga.
Satan still got that receipt. They say Satan still got that receipt.
He like, nigga, you still got 5 more years on this.
Satan will
contract.
manifest his ass and punch him in his chin and tell him to get to the studio, nigga.
And that's why I say what they sign their soul up to the devil, man. When you sign your soul to the devil, it ain't no just what is that, opting out. I'm done. It don't matter what your emotions telling you. It's all about what you have to push. The agenda you got to push through the left hand side.
You got a lot of these guys these old rappers, man, they in a state of depression right now. The music industry wore their asses out, man.
I got a quick precept.
Okay.
If
I got one after you.
All right, this is Isaiah 28:18. And it says, your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. And when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall ye be trodden down by it.
Yeah, see, they attached themselves to the left hand side. They made a covenant with death. Who is death? The so-called white man. It tells you that in Revelation 6. That's why that everything that they promote is death. Drugs. What does drugs do? It destroys your body from the inside out. It's destroying your internal organs. It's destroying your heart. It's actually eating away your brain. But why are they promoting it? Because they made a covenant with death. They talk about drugs, adultery. Adultery links you to death. Majority of these individuals, like I said earlier, the reason why it's a high disease outbreak is because of the mass amount of adultery.
Yep.
On top of all these other things that these rappers commit. They're
They're faggots.
Robbing, killing. Yeah, they faggots.
They're all faggots.
Like you say, drug users. You would go to you would trust in a physician of no value. He'll prescribe you a medication that's gonna give you side effects. And let's say you don't use it and you go back and visit the doctor, your ass gonna get rebuked for not taking the drugs.
Oh yeah.
The doctor's gonna get on you for not taking the drugs, man.
Prove you.
You know?
I messed around that. Well, I'm not that scripture, man. The drugs ain't no joke, G. Do not
Yeah.
take the drugs, man. It's like you're dead, yo.
The doctor cursing your ass out. Yeah, William, I thought I told you to take the prescription. Like, God damn, man, I didn't want to take that shit. That shit be having me kind of fucked up in the head.
Then they give you another drug to deal with it.
And that's how you know that like what the brother's saying, this whole society is set up to just utterly pollute you in everything.
Yes.
That's why you have so many bad dreams in America, man. Every time you turn around, like right now, somewhere in our periphery, it's a satanic symbol. We don't even know.
Just tapping our pineal gland.
Just there. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
tap dancing on our
There's one
pineal.
behind I know back there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see an eye right there behind I
It's just, but I got this quick precept. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah, the word arise goes back to the Hebrew word form, meaning to rise up, get your mind out of the mentality of the place. It says in depart. You get your mind out of this place, man. Stop thinking like an American. Stop following the ideologies and the practices of this country.
That's right.
You know, team?
It says, because it is polluted.
Because it's polluted. We just went into various ways on how this world pollutes you. And the more you actually try to cleave and attach, the more polluted you get. The more depressed you get. The more anxiety, the more frustrated. You know? That's
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken. You know? Hey, even it's always a twist to everything that you involve yourself in. These different holidays, you'll try to commit to Christmas. You know, you're giving all these toys away, you think that you're doing a good deed, but it puts demons on you. Majority of the individuals, they commit suicide around Christmas time.
Yeah.
It destroys your pockets. Then you know you have Valentine's Day. You think you're doing a good deed. You over here planning 2-3 months ahead of time to do something good for your woman, and she doesn't even enjoy it because her friend outdid her, outshined her. So you get fucking dumped.
Now you well, you feel now that's fucking with your head. You feeling defeated. It's like you put your everything into it, and it's
That's
just
it, yeah.
you know, like you basically it's like casting your pearls to a swan. It's like, damn, I gave you this pearl, and you just stumping all over. And now you walking through the earth with this fucked up psyche of yourself.
Yep. And I got that word polluted. The definition, the Hebrew word is tama'ah. And the word it says to be unclean, become unclean, become impure, sexually, religiously, ceremonially.
Damn. And this place is impure on all levels. You try to receive purity through the, like we said, through the churches. You want to try to get purification, so you're trying to go to a church. So what is the pastor doing? The pastor trying to take money out your pocket.
Got your hand in his pocket, maybe to take your money and do something else, rub on something else too.
Yeah, and he's jacking your brain up.
You out here, you on the aisle, you trying to get some bleach. You on the cleaning aisle, you trying to get some bleach, household items, and you run into a Virgin Mary candle with Semiramis and Tammuz. Boom. It's just polluted.
That shit is all. Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there's all kind of satanic energy. Is trying to infiltrate your spirit, man. And then you go home, you have these fucked up thoughts and dreams. And
You mad at people for you be like, what the fuck am I mad right now?
You know, just wild energy. It's polluted. It's ceremonially polluted. You know, you supposed to, here it is, you know, on the Sabbath day, you got people out here having sex. Yeah. That's an energy that's pushed, man. People not chilling, everything is open. Yeah. The earth has been set up in order to please the Heavenly Father. So on the Sabbath day, there's a particular energy that goes out. And Satan has energies that's contrary to it, and subconsciously it affects you.
Especially when the Sabbath fall on the weekend.
Yep.
You know,
because it tries to tempt you and make you think that it's okay to do it because everybody else is doing it.
Yep.
It can seem harmless when really in Earth in its natural order, the Earth is supposed to be at rest that whole day. But subconsciously, this whole society is set up to go against that will and pollute you. But the Lord said what? Through the Spirit, what did the Lord say? He said He sanctified us from the womb. That was the best thing that could happen for us, man. Yeah. To be sanctified from the womb, so that these signs and symbols and this pollution won't necessarily control our spirit.
Yeah, was it Numbers 20, 23? There's no enchantment against Jacob.
That's why it says, blessed is he who the Lord can impute sin. Because even though we are polluted on a daily, the clothes that we wear is mixed fabric. It's tainted. It got all kind of symbols, satanic symbols on the clothing that we wear, the food that we eat. You might try to be a vegan or a vegetarian. It's all kind of pesticides and herbicides on your.
There's a video where they were injecting oxycontin right into the plants.
God damn. No comment for that. But it's all about it's your mind, man. That's the only thing that can't be polluted is you actually attaching yourself to the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai and gathering with men in holiness, man. See?
A little bit more. It says, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
Yeah, and we've seen generations that try to trust in this place. Thought that if they grind and work hard, their hard work pays off, man, that shit don't pay off. It don't matter how much energy you invest in this place, it's a revolving door. You know?
Yeah. Like I said last week at camp, you got Jake out here, you know, is a damn hamster in a wheel.
Yeah.
But they think they ain't got down the plains of Wyoming. Wide open range, gone. Nigga in a wheel. The same goddamn wheel.
Yeah. And then when you tell his ass he ain't going nowhere, he get mad at you.
Yeah, like,
bro, you don't see how much Jake, like, you see how much fucking territory I'm treading?
Nigga, you see how tired I am?
This nigga really running in place. he think he ain't goddamn in the Kalamoki Mountains, in the field of the Kalamoki Mountains. You got free range in front of you. Man, you people ain't doing nothing out here, man. You polluted. The only ones that's really moving and moving in a state of progression is the elect.
Yeah. Paul said that this is a race, man. We're the only ones that actually woke up to what race that we're involved in. That's why we're running in this truth. It's not about running and trying to get money, the get rich scheme, the rat race. But just like the brother said, you basically like a guinea pig in a goddamn cage. You see that guinea pig be running hard as hell.
He be tired. He go to a little water bottle and shit.
Yeah, he go to that water bottle, suck on that water bottle.
Striding, he got muscles in his heart. God damn.
They gotta get nowhere, man.
Nowhere, bro. To the beast.
Yeah.
Nigga get out the wheels, the beast.
Yeah.
They go from a hamster to a goddamn rabbit. God damn, bro. You getting it.
Hell, you gotta get him what you do? You get him a bigger cage.
Yep, yeah, and that's it.
That's all you do.
He's not getting out of the cage.
Getting out that cage.
That's crazy. That's what you do with fish when you have an aquarium. The fish get too big for the aquarium. You don't set them free. Put them in another aquarium.
Yeah, you don't go put them in the ocean.
You don't put them in the ocean. No, we're gonna get you a bigger one. We go to a 50-gallon.
Yep. That's all nigga do. It's crazy. See,
it's fucked up, man.
The Heavenly Father is bad. Check this out, right? The Lord reincarnated 2/3 of you just to come back is eat at McDonald's, you know, flip burgers, you know, professionally order off the dollar menu, just to die.
Just to die.
Just to die.
Damn.
They brought them back in the reincarnation just to goddamn eat cereal and wait on their death.
Yeah.
Play PS1 all day and shit.
I say, let the multitude that be born in vain perish.
Second
a lot of people who does are born in vain.
Taking his baby mama money.
Yeah, their lives is built up upon vanity. And they know their lives is vain. That's why it's
got
a
a nigga right now
gaping
still
void
playing,
that's in their
NBA
heart.
Live
Man.
99 right now.
The more that they do, the more games that they play, the more games they beat. You know, the more shows that they watch. It doesn't open any type of fulfillment. They never get fulfilled. It's actually
man.
boring a hole in them.
Jake is done, man.
They have no interest. Yeah, they still empty. They really empty inside.
The Lord just brought a bunch of Jake on the earth to watch old Martin reruns
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
man.
Reruns to the day they
Like,
die.
God
Like, if
damn.
you really think about it,
That's torture.
that's torture. And
That's
the Lord brought niggas back in the earth just to kill time, man.
Waste time to the time of their judgment.
Hey, that's what you do
crazy.
in prison.
That's what
That's
you do in
what,
prison.
that's what you do in prison.
That's right, up.
You know,
And
this is scripture. I found out, I'll bring it out. But this is basically, you know, Jake, the 2/3 are here are waiting their judgment. So what do? You know, exercise, you know, watch TV,
Get in
you know,
shit.
argue and fight, get into it. And then, when, you know, the judge call your number, you got to go to court and judge. And what's going to be the ultimate judgment? Legal destruction.
Yeah, execution.
And niggas love prison, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that about prison too and exercising, because even the treadmill, you know, you'll run on that treadmill. The treadmill was designed. That shit got created in prison, man. That was actually a
Torture.
used as a torture device. Your ass running on it.
Paying money to go to the gym and
Paying
run that
money to go
shit.
to the
That's
gym.
crazy.
You know, starting off with Greece, because we didn't have these gyms. Even gyms is demonic, man. You go into these gyms and, you know, all kind of niggas in there, you know, half naked and stuff. Of course, we do it because it's like this is we only got limited outlets.
Right.
So you got to get the best of the worst, but everything is demonic.
That place is wicked. Like one time I went to the gym, and it was, you know, I hate going in the locker room, but you know, sometimes you just have to,
Right.
you know, keep your head down. And Jake just walking around just ass out, you know, just butt ass naked. So he wasn't paying no mind, and he almost walked through the door that would have took him back to the whole gym.
That's all.
So he was walking, he almost walked this butt ass naked ass out there. And you know, he was all scared, like, oh shit. So I'm like, in my mind when I saw that, I'm like, so you okay?
It's comfortable to hit.
You okay you're comfortable being naked around a bunch of men, but you're afraid to go out there
Yep.
That's all.
because there's some women out there. This is a sick, like that gym spirit is just demonic,
It's
man.
sick and twisted, man.
They show this in the sports industry, you know?
Yeah,
In the locker room, like football, that shit.
just naked. They a bunch of faggots, man.
I got
It's a twisted world, man.
Ephesians 6:12.
So, brother.
I'm starting with put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yeah, right now what we're doing, we're getting armed for war, man. And it's not a carnal war right now, of course. It's all spiritual. What we're fighting against and what we're speaking about is just vibrations that's constantly revolving us on a daily. And how to overthrow those different strongholds and the mindset that's actually controlling the masses of these people. These people are being directed by the things that we're condemning, man. They're directed by the idols. They're directed by money. They're directed by lust and fame. Money, what do you say? Money, cars, clothes, hoes.
Yep.
All these things we come against.
Yeah.
Hey, you
God.
know what's so crazy? It's like, man, the rabbit hole of America goes deep. We really a lot of the stuff that we talk about is really surface level, man.
Yeah,
There's
God.
drugs out here on the black market that'll make crack cocaine look like motherfucking Skittles.
That's true. That's true.
It's certain defiant sexual acts out here that will make, you know, the common nasty stuff look like, you be like,
Yeah.
bro, people really do
Look
that?
awful, man.
You know, it's like the weirdness, like the brother been saying, the weirdness, you know, the weird energy of this place, it go deep, just
Yeah.
like the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai on the right hand side go deep. Satanic spirit, satanic energy go deep, man.
Yes.
You think Percocets is drugs? Man, that's Skittles to the elite, man.
Yeah.
You got certain with the spiritual your wickedness in high places, they make you not want to go outside.
Yeah, you got a whole dark web. You know, like that movie Hostel. Remember that movie Hostel?
Yeah, hostile.
They showed you in the movie how the elite, they had these places where they kidnap people and torture them. That's real. See, you be thinking, like you said, you be thinking that people's wickedness, you're like, oh, wickedness, eating pork.
Right.
Nah, man.
The surface level.
It's Ephesians 5:11. They have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Which was speaking about all the dark things that go on in the society, man. It tells you that in Isaiah 60. Gross darkness shall cover the people.
That's
and
right.
We have the light, so we got vision. We got the vision, or we see everything from a clear perspective of all the wickedness that's going on. Just like all kind of evil that's going on at night. They thinking nobody sees it, but we see it because the Lord actually gave us the flashlight, man.
That's right, Doc.
See?
It says, but rather reprove them.
But rather reprove them. That's why we go to the highways and byways and reprove them. You know, correct them and rebuke them. Continue.
It says, for it is a shame
For it is a shame,
even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
like the brother said, you know, all these different things that's going on in secret, it's a shame. You know, it's so much stuff that the Lord even keeps away from us. It speaks about the depths of Satan in the book of Revelations, man.
I'm happy.
Hell yeah.
Keep certain stuff away.
Yeah.
Because if we figured out certain things, man, our heads would explode, man.
You wouldn't even want to leave the house after a
You
while.
don't wanna leave the
You know,
house.
you watch, here it is. Imagine how we feel when we watch certain documentaries dealing with food. You'd be like, man, I ain't even touching the food. Imagine if you really understood the depths of Satan. You'd be like, man, I'm going back to the spirit world. Man.
You know, hey, what the scripture?
Yeah.
Hey, what the scripture say to Brother Barnes? I like to bring the scripture out.
I'm
Him
going
that that touch a pitch is defiled.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the Lord keeps certain things. That's just like if you have children, man, you gonna stop your kids from watching certain things.
Yeah.
You don't even want that to go into their mind, man. That's why I'm glad the Lord kind of really keep us on a PG type of level, man.
Yep.
You know, because hey, what, like the brother just quoted in Revelation 2 and 5, no, 2 and 20 something. It says to the church, the atrium, the Lord said, "You have not known the depths of Satan." This was back in Rome. Now we got artificial intelligence. There's more people on the earth.
Genetic
More
editing.
people on different land masses. And it's aerial travel, land travel. It's man, so much deep, dark energy, and that's how the elite know it's wrong. Why you even putting it out there? We all the way out there.
Yeah.
We ain't hiding nothing. You know?
These white men be going to these different countries creating fucking Dr. Frankenstein. You know? Really pyramiding on people. I seen this, I looked at this one thing, and they were speaking about these different, basically these different areas where they conduct these experiments on people. And these devils, man, these devils is wicked. Like you say, we just still go on the surface, man. They have certain experiments where they try to take a dog's head and put it on a human to see if it works. Esau tried everything under the sun.
Hey, you remember that joint came out? They had spliced a pig embryo with, and it put human organs, so that when the pig, was birthed, the pig grew and it had a human heart, human lungs.
They say they can use that for organ transplant to humans. The pig is gonna be like the incubator. They did experiments too, like in the 40s and 50s, when World War II, the Russians over there was taking the heads off of monkeys and putting them on humans and shit, taking the brains out.
See how long they survive?
Yeah, see how long they survive. See how the eyes still moving and functioning, but the head ain't have no body.
Some of them actually last a little second too, man. Like they'll give their time intervals. They'll say, okay, the brain, it actually survive for 7 hours, and then it died. Maybe we have to tweak it to find out the best way to concoct. Man, this devil is just a super witch, man. He's a sicko. You got some more on that Ephesians? Oh, yeah. That's the powers that we fighting against on the right hand side. Well, we're fighting them on the right hand side, but they're on the left hand side. It's the right versus the left,
I got a precept too.
Australia. But we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Yeah, so the rulers of this world are basically coated in darkness, man.
Yeah.
Their whole mindset is built upon evil. And how can they actually keep this world in an evil mindset?
Dr.
They don't want
Strange
you to
spirit.
be, yes, what you said?
Dr. Doom Strange.
Yeah.
Dr. Moreau, I don't know. Dr.
Yeah,
Moreau.
yeah.
When he delayed the seven brothers in Agadir, second chapter.
Yeah.
He did. And the mother right in front of each other.
Just
Oil and skin.
boiled them alive.
Yeah, the elite out here, they do these secretive banquets, and within the banquet, it's all cannibalism.
Yeah, they eat niggas.
They eat people. They drinking blood. You know, it's all the feast is centered around human. It's a human meal.
Yeah.
That's nasty, man.
They had the Thanksgiving meal where they had the Negro on the table with the big apple in his mouth, basically being a pig. And they said they was eating the. He was basically the roast. And that's what these devils do, man. Yeah, he was the feast.
You had,
Main
you had
course.
the guy, the director of the movie, the Illuminati movie, what's his name? Stanley Kubrick or something like that. Well, he did the movie. I can't remember the name of the movie.
To my Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Stanley Kubrick. And basically he exposed that whole cannibalism that goes on. They hand out poster cards throughout everybody that was in the banquet. And on the poster card, they just hinting at cannibalism all throughout. Say this is a girl, this is a boy, and you just go around just casually just eating a human, man. Eating. Hey man, these people are nasty, and they man. That's why the Lord had to preserve a remnant, man. You know.
Feed us baby fetuses. Take the aborted babies and feed it right back to us. And the food.
Yeah, because in America, there's nothing is thrown away. All this shit, you know, your feces and your urine that you urinate down the toilet, you think it's just going away. All that's getting recycled, man. That's why Esau conserves it. Back in the ancient world, we didn't have no recycling bin. If we would use the bathroom, in most cases it would be in the earth, and it would actually degrade and build up the earth. That's the natural form of circulation, man. Biodegradable. Esau takes it and he'll refeed you that shit, man.
Make shit steaks.
The Ammonites over there in Japan.
Them shit steaks.
Yeah, man, they'll take sewage, shit, and they turn that shit into meat.
Hey, look at the weave industry. Here it is. That's dead people's hair.
Yep.
Over there in India and those different countries, they'll take a dead person's hair, shave it, and they'll send it all the way to the other side of the world and throw it on a black woman's head, man.
And get
And
maggots.
charge them $500 for it.
It'll go through a process. I seen a documentary on that. They shave animals,
Shave it. And they be having parasites like them.
Yeah.
They be having parasites in their head.
different cancers and diseases.
And that's why the black woman's head got so many demons in it, man.
That's why she always beating on her
Yeah,
head.
beating.
But they put heathen, the hair of a heathen on an Israelite head. The spirits don't match up, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's why they got them heathenistic vibrations. And just like the brother said, everything it's a vibration. That's the spirits that we fighting against. You see more on that Ephesians?
But we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Yeah, and this isn't an easy battle, man. You know, this is warfare. Warfare doesn't win overnight. It's a continual struggle.
That's right.
That's why this war it's been years. The apostles have been warring for decades, constantly. And these demons always reattach. You know, like you had that saying in Doctor Strange, we don't never kill our demons. We just learn to live above them. So these vibrations, you can't kill a vibration. It comes back around. Even the spirits that you actually purged maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago, they're going to come back around. Yep. They're going to try to attach themselves. They know your lust. Yeah. Relapses, and a lot of men relapse, man. That's what the scriptures going to the prophecy in Peter's the dog returning to his vomit.
That's right.
You might have had a big adultery lust on you. You just had a strong adultery lust spirit on you, and you might have got that demon off of you coming into the truth, but that spirit come back. And what happens? Temptations. You know, you might meet a woman at the club or meet a woman. She might be bad as hell. You know, giving you all kind of signals that she wants you. She'll tell you, yeah, she got a man. She might hit you with that Proverbs, the seventh chapter, the good man is going away. Yeah, I got the bed covered with cinnamon and aloe. Took a bag with him. She quoting the whole. He's
on a long journey.
He just sit out there like, no, she's single.
Yeah.
Well, we all adulterous.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how they do.
That's how they do, yeah.
say about
Coming to the
niggas.
truth, yeah, you cut off certain demons, but you always got to remember they're still in this flesh. Demons linger. They don't just go away. They linger. They may go on a hiatus for a time being, but they may come back a little stronger and test your ass. But you still got to be strong to fight that off. And shed it off. We're still in a lot of Romans 6 every single day. You still got to shed the old man every single day. Don't matter how long you've been in the truth.
And times is getting worse. Esau is really pushing his that demonic spirit on the earth at a high level, man.
Yes.
Especially like you was going into when Esau really roll out that 5G. Like you said, look how wicked the world got. We're going from fucking cassette tapes
Right.
to streaming. The world done twofold, threefold with wickedness. So imagine when he can really push his reach more.
Yeah, imagine how wicked the world got when it went from delivering a message through a horse and carriage. You know, a nigga would have to travel 4 to 5 hours to deliver a message. Then all of a sudden they set up newspaper stands. Man, it got more wicked. Because all they do is delivering bad news.
Yeah, lies.
Yeah, like concert tonight.
Yep.
Everybody getting the message so they can go to the show and watch this little young white girl dance all provocative. All because, and then it went from newspaper to radio to television
To live streaming.
Man, and it's just gotten progressively worse and worse. And in return, hey, what did the Lord do? The Lord had to raise up a remnant. It was off the chain out here, man. He had to raise up a remnant.
It tells you that in Genesis, the beginning, it said the imaginations of the people were great.
Yes.
Evils were basically multiplied.
Yep.
So the Lord was like, man, I gotta destroy this whole world, man.
God damn.
Said the Lord repented that he made man. Because niggas is filled up with evil, man. It said the Lord made man upright, but they sought out many inventions. Because Jake, man, with these little tools, even his cell phone use, all these different things, Esau gave Jake liberty to look up anything they want in the world on their phone.
You can go in your bathroom in the basement of your mama's house and find out about the wickedness of the world, man.
Yes. Yes.
And Jake be searching people on that
Deep.
internet. See us, we go to you might go to you might look at your search history, you might have GMS videos, you know what I'm saying, basic stuff on health,
Right.
you know, work in the house, agriculture, gardening, certain things pertaining to, you know, business, so to speak.
It might have
understanding
a little nigga recommendation here and there.
Yeah,
you know.
a little bit of Vlad TV.
Just a little, you know.
A picture of world
Drop
star.
balance.
Sports.
Drop a folly here.
Yeah, a little bit of folly. But Jake, man,
Jake be
you got some of
100%
these Jakes,
folly,
man.
man.
You go through their search history, man.
That's why Jake don't never want you to hold their phone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you take that phone, they go. Like, God damn.
My phone about to die.
Hey, what they say? They say if a nigga say they'll say he about to die. Oh man, listen, take my computer and destroy it. They don't want their mom or nobody to go in that computer, man. Break it. Put that in the wheel.
Take one.
It's Revelation 18:5.
That's real.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Go verse up.
Shall you start there? All right, Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
Yeah.
come out of her, my people.
Yeah, we coming out of this place, man. Marching out of Babylon through the word. Yep, a ball, man. Which Babylon, that's what it goes into. Confusion. This is a confused, distorted society, and wickedness is righteousness, and righteousness is wickedness. It tells you that in with that Jeremiah, they call evil good.
Isaiah the 5th chapter.
Isaiah 5, excuse me. They call evil good and good evil. What we're doing right now, we're looked at as evil, man. Yeah. All this wickedness, like we said, futures, these rap niggas, these drug pushers, whether it's in the form of the pharmacy or whether it's in the form of hip hop and music, that's glorified. So continue.
It says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you be not partakers of her sins. Because the more that you actually attach to this place, the more transgressions attached to you. The more wickedness feels good. The more you actually dip and dabble into your lust. That's all this world is generated by lust.
Yep.
You know, everything that you watch on TV is all about advertising. Advertising you to buy this. Advertising you to give your woman this or get this. It's your lust. Esau doesn't pull against logic. He doesn't try to build your mind and frame your mentality upon righteousness. It says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
That's
He's
right.
not trying to teach you and give you the mindset how to figure out how to defeat him. He wants to keep you trapped in this maze.
He want you to
Keep you oblivious.
Yeah, he wants you to. Esau really, he wants you to get in that spirit of chasing after the woman. Like with every New Year, every New Year, what they want you to start the New Year out with a kissing a woman.
Yep.
Then you go from there, you go to Valentine's Day.
Damn.
Then from St. Patrick's Day, you gotta do something with your woman. You know, get into the summertime. You
You better take her ass on a vacation.
Yeah, you gotta take her to a vacation. Spring break, you gotta take
Birthday.
You know, everything is based and centered around woman worship.
I told you about I had
Esau
this
don't
simple the century in my car last night.
Oh,
God damn, he was just fucking. I got Keisha Cole playing, trying to play some just PC music in the car and shit. He's singing the fucking Keisha Cole to her. Even the woman was like, damn. She had to put the window down. I'm like, man, this nigga here, man. I'm just like,
She wants to hear the wind over this.
But it's like, here it is. How is she pissed off? She ain't singing it. She pissed off, and this nigga hitting all the notes, man. Hitting the notes better than Keisha, man. And sometimes you be like, all right, this is a faggot. Sometimes you be a tough nigga with a big beard on. These men have been emasculated, man. Emasculated.
Yes. It says that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Yeah, the transgression of this place reached to the heavens, man. Everything is recorded live, man. And the angels looking down and they just shaking their head, man. Like, man, when Yahweh Shemi give me that green light, to tear this place up, man. Yeah, that's how Yahweh Shah looking at it. Yep, that's why it speaks about that in Revelation, the 19th chapter, him coming back on that white horse. He coming to put punishment down on this country, man.
He was doing
Punishment down on the world. You know, after the 2008, like they showed you that on Boondocks, when Martin Luther King came back.
Oh, yeah.
After he died. He was like, is this what all those ass whoopings was for?
yeah.
Niggas was over there drinking and bullshitting on Boondocks.
Yeah. He's like, you don't want to be a nigga. He started cursing their ass out, man.
Is it all you niggas?
That's Jake.
Will you niggas be quiet?
Yeah. Rallying, all the niggas got quiet. But that's Jake, man. Here it is. You had, leaders, which of course Martin Luther King, I'm not using. I just use that as an example. But you had leaders that actually paved the way for Jake to get to a certain point to fight for truth. And niggas don't want to do that, man. They still want to do wickedness. They want to color their hair. They want to put tattoos all over their goddamn face. Follow the black woman. Club, partying bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like y'all brothers just mentioned Martin Luther King, if he was to come back, what do old people say? Oh, hey, Martin Luther King would be turning on his grave.
Yeah.
Hey, you know why he'll be turning in the grave? Because he failed you.
Yeah.
If Yahweh Shai come back, Yahweh Shai, he ain't going to be mad at us.
Right.
He's the only one that'll be able to, out of all of our leaders, so-called leaders, he'll be one of the only ones that'll come back and be pleased with something dealing with these tribes.
That's right.
Any Malcolm X come back, he'll be pissed. You know why? Because they failed. This is the product of their labor. This is the result of the madness that they were pushing. The only one that'll be pleased when he come back is Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah. That's why it says in Psalms 127. Matter of fact, I'll get that real quick if you don't mind. This is Psalms 127:1 real quick. And it says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that built it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
Yeah. And none of these different organizations or groups, they never built themselves upon the principles of Yahweh Shah. That's why they collapsed, man. Like I said earlier, the Black Panthers, you had the Garvites, you had Wall Street, you had all these the Young Lords, these different Latin groups, and they built themselves up. It don't matter how high they got to a certain point, they had to fall. And this is where the Tabernacles of David, the righteous house, is being established. And it's not going to fall. It's going to keep going up and up.
That's right.
You know? But continue. Go back to that Revelation 18.
Okay. I got one too.
All right, it's Revelation 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, the Lord has remembered the iniquities. Even going back to ancient Rome. Rome had all kind of festivities and wickedness that they used to promote. Bacchanalia. They had Sol Invictus.
Saturnalia.
And it was all kind of evil that was going on in Rome, man.
Man, Rome had clubs everywhere, man.
Yep.
They had clubs and bars and little pubs.
Yep.
Man, inundated in Rome. Rome was known as a big
pedophile fest.
What was the name of that movie? Oh man, what was it? Not that it's on the tip of my tongue. The Count. You remember the Count of Monte Cristo?
Count of Monte Cristo.
You remember when the dude's son? Remember his best friend? His son.
Yeah. I know.
Remember his son? He said, "I want to go to Rome." It was a big party there.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got kidnapped, and they took him down there. Then he came in with the swords. But the big thing was go to Rome. And then when they showed him when he went to Rome, man, it was just festivities, man. Rome was just it was like Vegas, man.
It was like Vegas.
There was clubs everywhere, man.
Because they would have those masquerade parties where men and women would attend the masquerade parties, wear masks, and have sex with anybody you choose. You grab their arm, you having sex with them.
Yep.
You know, and it could be male on male, female on female.
Animals.
They would put animals in the midst, goats. They would put slaves. They would have the slaves on display. You know, they would be standing up butt naked. They watch you that on Spartacus. And the slaves, they had to just fall under the pleasures of whether the men or women.
Yep.
You had that one scene on Spartacus, the woman, she was basically a virgin, and it was an old, decrepit devil, man. He was like, I want her. You know, he popped the woman and stuff like that. She was crying. I think she ended up killing herself or something like that. She was jacked up. No, they actually put her in the Colosseum. She did something and put her in the Colosseum and killed her. You know?
And you know another movie that kind of showed that? It's not much of the Rome, but it's on the same type of topic is 300. When you go into Xerxes' little tabernacles, they had some weird ass shit.
Oh, yeah, like what the hell? They had a goat in there?
Goat demon was in there.
Yeah, there was a goat that was standing out with her. I think he had a girl with 3 cities.
Yeah.
They show that in the parties, the leaks, they be having parties. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah. And that's where even the feast of or the celebration of the Purge came from. You watch this movie, The Purge, that recently came out, where they had 3 parts and they had the show. That would actually occurred in history in Rome. What they would do was that one day, I think it was around Christmas time.
In Saturnalia.
Saturnalia. They would go out and they would kill certain people. They would drink to their heart's desire, gluttony. They would eat. It was a real decadent, debaucherous lifestyle.
I think buffets come from Rome.
Yeah, buffets. And one thing they would do is they would take a slave and they would actually fill him up with all kind of what's the word? Basically food. You know, all kind of victuals and all kind of things. They would basically fill him up constantly, feed him. Till he basically about to bust, and they would actually kill him. Because that's how they felt like, that's how they would absolve sins. They would put all these sins on the one person. They would basically have him have orgies. He could have sex with all the women all day. He could actually eat to his heart's desire. Then they would kill him. They'd be like, that's the sacrifice. Yep. But that's the wickedness of this place.
You know what's so heavy about that too? That's what they get ready to do right now. Mm-hmm. That's what we were speaking about. Last night. Scripture say in Isaiah 65, it say they furnish an offering for the truth. Yep. So all Esau doing, he fattening them up. Oh no, boy, you should get your threesome going. Mm-hmm. You know, smoke that weed. What? You know, no, you ain't gonna go to jail for committing adultery. You ain't gonna go to jail for being gay. You ain't gonna go to jail for taking. And he's just fattening up our people with sin. So when he come down with the slaughter, the Lord will approve it.
I got something on that real quick. This is Joel 3:13, and it reads, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great."
Yeah, when you have something that's fattened up, the best thing to do is to kill it, man. Just like in pigs and certain animals in a farm, they wait till a pig or a cow gets to a certain size, and they're like, now it's fattening up to the point now we can kill it. That's some good food to eat now. Yeah. They got to the point I wanted it to get. And it doesn't the scripture says we was led as sheep to the slaughter? You don't want no baby sheep. Look at Esau even in his system. What do? He pump steroids all in the animals. He makes sure that they get to the biggest size that they possibly could get, and then now it's time to slaughter.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they can do big boy things.
Big boy things, man.
You gotta think, Esau want to do some real damaging shit to our people. So they gotta set them up to where it's gonna be a magnificent onslaught. Because back then, you know, they hang Jake from the tree or burn him. But now he gonna get creative with it, so he gotta give him a little time to get worse. So Satan can equip him with the means of performing major judgments, man.
Yep.
Esau gonna wipe out. We talking about Esau gonna take away certain zip codes off the map, man. Unrecognizable, man. Period. Dropping pestilence, straight up and down the blood. Look at Paradise, California.
Yeah,
man.
hell yeah.
They got direct energy weapons. My brother Kabash put a video on it. They got direct energy weapons that they can shoot from the heavens, down into the earth, concentrated energy that could pretty much obliterate any city, man.
Yeah, that's why with the camp, what was it? Was a campfire? That was the name of that place.
Yep.
They interviewed some of the people, and they were saying that when they was driving up, there's pictures of it where glass and cars were literally melting away. Ain't no regular fire.
Wildfire.
Ain't no wildfire going to cause cars to just melt away, man.
Right. That's high energy, man.
Yeah.
Did the same thing in Panama. They show you that in that Panama deception. They were totally destroying the people down there, high energy weapons and stuff. It's the same thing. They probably upgraded and they used it over there in the West Coast.
Remember in Detroit, the same thing happened at Red Beam.
Oh yeah.
That happened like a year ago.
I remember that. Yeah, because the time we going into, like the brother was speaking about, man, it's gonna get cold out here, man.
Bad, man.
The scriptures make reference to the times that we're going into as being dark, man. They say it shall be no light in it.
A terrible, terrible day of the Lord.
Man, we talking about the type of darkness, which I believe the Lord gonna put that spirit back out here where the night's gonna get super dark.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
You can't. It's gonna be so dark and foggy out. You ain't gonna be able to really see a stoplight, man.
Remember New Year's Day?
Yeah.
Remember when we was leaving after we did the stream? Man, that fog and darkness was serious, man.
Yeah.
Well, even when this place shut down, there ain't gonna be no stoplights and there ain't gonna be no street lights. Still gonna be everything gonna be cut off. They speak about that when the EMP hit. When the EMP hits, which is an electromagnetic pulse, any type of electric waves that's being in circulation in the cities, the whole city shuts off.
Yeah.
And whenever something shuts down, that's instinct for a nigga to go rob it, man.
Yeah.
Go do some wickedness.
If it ain't bolted down, that nigga gonna try to take it, man.
You ever been in a Walmart or something and that shit shut down or all the lights cut off? Jay go crazy, man.
We go buy a TV. I mean, we go through the TV during the year.
Well, when the power, because hey, that's the spirit of Jake, because Isaiah the 30th chapter tells it that the trusting in the shadow of Egypt shall be a shame unto them, or trusting in the Pharaoh, because they still, like you said, even though it's in that time, well, when the white, basically they're gonna say without saying it, when the white man get the power back on, I'll have it.
Yep.
Okay, nigga.
They don't who was saying that they were speaking to somebody. They said, well, my government check ain't gonna be affected. Somebody, I think it was Rahab. I think Rahab was speaking about how he had a conversation. That's who it was. Rahab said he had a conversation with an old school cat on Social Security. He said, "Hey man, the government shutdown, man. You might not get your check." He's like, "No, I'm getting my check." Like, bro, these people really are hooked to the society, bro.
Yeah.
They don't see America forsaking them because they up under that facade of we the people.
Yep.
That's all. They up under the facade of we the people. No, we gotta say so. We gotta use our voice. They've blinded you by making you think that you have input, man.
Yeah.
That's why they're gonna take this microchip that they're getting ready to push, man.
That's right.
Okay, they're getting ready to push this thing. This thing is gonna be the new wave. This is gonna be the solution to all your problems. They're gonna push it heavy. The celebrities gonna push it. The news channels are gonna push it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be because like for the most part, if they just push it outright, people ain't gonna take it. But if they desensitize you to thinking that this thing is a benefit,
a healthy,
harmless,
a healthy alternative,
right? A healthy alternative to all the hell these people out here catching.
The 10 must-haves of 2019.
Right. Then they gonna take it.
Niggas gonna buy it to it, man.
They'll get your new iPhone Z.
Look at what niggas did a couple years ago with them goddamn scooters.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had to have a scooter for Christmas.
Yep.
That's gonna be the chip.
Was it Skywalker?
The little hoverboards or whatever them shits is. Now imagine when the chip come, everybody, Mom, can I have the chip?
It don't hurt.
They got microchip written all over it.
Yeah.
If they say, you know what's really going to heavily push the chip and make it explode? It's the dependency people have on America. Even if people like think it's wrong or whatever, they depend on their dependency on America is going to make them get it alone. Even if they don't want to.
The tropical storm that we had, I think it was 2 years ago. The tropical storm.
Yeah.
The tropical storm.
I think it was Irma, yeah.
Take his mind up around the corner and all and stuff like that. It seemed like.
I got.
Let me
Yeah,
one
go ahead.
out real quick. It's John chapter 9, verse I'm gonna start at verse 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And I'm gonna say this: we at that point where you see that sun going behind the tree line, man. That sunset. We at that part where that sun is just a few feet of sunlight left before it encapsulate that mountain, man.
And you ever notice when the sun is setting, it seems like, man, that sun be rushing to go down.
Yeah.
Like if you watch it, you be like, it's almost like you could literally see that sun like oh, it's going down, man. That Sabbath is here.
That's symbolic of where we at in the ministry. That's why now is the time to put our best foot forward and show you how it's shy that we really mean business. We want to make it out of here.
Hell yeah.
Because look, man, watch, you're gonna start seeing microchip advertisements on YouTube. You just might get them in the mail, like Best Buy, magazine. Chip. Just might start casually seeing them. In stores. I got a fucking chip here. Because you know why? Because we close to nighttime, man.
Hell, they showed you that in the movie Up and Away. If brothers remember that on Disney Channel. The black kid. The superhero movie. I remember seeing that as a child, but they had one scene which they was pushing that artificial intelligence spirit on there. Because they was programming the kids through the computers. And he started to wake up because he was a superhero. And it was one day at school,
He didn't watch the CD.
Yeah,
Everybody had to watch the CD.
Everybody had to watch the CD, that's what it was.
Damn.
And everybody had blue on. But they was like, yeah, you wearing blue too? You wearing blue? They look, they showed everybody had the same color on because they was being programmed subconsciously to put it on. They didn't even know, but it was mandatory for them to watch that CD. And it's the same thing, man.
It's just like in a movie The Incredibles 2. If you ever seen that, don't judge me. I got children, man. It's deep, man. It's deep. They're going to cyber hacking and how they subconsciously control people through the frequencies, through the airwaves, man. The super villain in there, what was his name? Hacker. Something like Hacker.
I think it was a hacker.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's showing you the elite is basically telling us that nighttime is almost here, man. How many ample brothers been seeing military vehicles being hauled into various? Yeah, brothers always post helicopters. Brothers always post martial law regulations, man.
Yeah, that's why they sensitizing you to this national emergency word. Yep. Every time you cut on the news, national emergency. You
have a storm, like right now you got Winter Storm Gia moving through, get ready to hit us right now. Hey, they gonna declare a state of emergency. That's gonna make people panic, get water.
Batteries.
You know why? Because Esau is preparing people to fear him so they could take that chip. Yeah. But guess what? Hey, man, I'm gonna say this, and I say this through the spirit of humility. But man, you devils, you can't do nothing to the elect, man.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that in a provoking manner, but you can't do anything to the men of the Lord.
Yeah,
the men of the Lord will not be moved, man. We don't care if you get the news unit and y'all niggas talking about you going GMS. So
we been out here.
We ain't provoking. We not provoking. What is that gonna do?
All you gonna do is get chewed up by the word.
Yeah, 2 old decrepit devils talking about they going cool. And what? You devils been seeing us.
Yeah.
It's saying you probably walk past the elders and apostles in Times Square and ain't say shit.
If you was cool hunting, you wouldn't even put it on camera.
Right.
Yeah, it's fluff, man. Yeah. The only ones we worried about is the elite because we know they have an agenda. Hey, you militia, you country squirrel eating
bumpkins.
Them coops.
Look at his friend Billy. all fucked up. Teeth all fucked up.
If it was back in the
Come
day,
on, man.
oh shit, you know,
The boy, the Dooley boys is orders. Like, what about the Dooley boys?
You can beat them devils up and then they'll get arrested.
yeah. Esau lost his power, man.
He said them Edomites will fall and break his neck, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. That nightfall is for you Edomite low life pieces of crap too, man.
That's right.
That nightfall, the elite. I'm gonna say this, man. The elite hate you low life devils. Man.
Oh yeah.
They jugged you out of your birthright.
They call you useless eaters.
They got you out here. They got you out here riding around on bird scooters. They living their best wicked life, man. You know, they bamboozled you with the. They lied to you just like they lied to us.
Hey,
You Deuteronomy 28 curses.
Hey, well, the irony of it all is that this government shutdown is really affecting you Edomites. This shit ain't affecting us.
Con.
We already low.
Hey, like I said, hey, well, check this out, right, bro? Check this out. Check this out. Okay, well, let's say one of the 800,000 government workers that got let off. Let's say that's a brother in Great Millstone. The benefit behind it is we'll get together and take care of that brother and his family.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
But America don't give two squats about you people out here. They laid you off, but let it be a brother. That's how you know the Lord is establishing a righteous government on the planet.
Yeah.
Because if it was a brother that got caught up in that madness, we'll make sure that he squared away through the Spirit.
Yeah.
That's how you know that nightfall gonna come, man. You people out here, y'all gonna really show that hatred that you hide every day with that fake love of holding the door. Go ahead.
I brought you muffins.
You know,
How you doing, bud?
how's your day going?
How was your Christmas?
That whole facade of love is gonna be erased, and you're gonna see how much y'all really hate each other out here.
I got something real quick. This is Psalm 72. This is Psalm 72 and 4. And it reads, and he shall judge the poor of the people, and he shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor.
Hey, that's how it's shot, man. The oppressor is the so-called white man. What does it say in James? That the plowman shall overtake the reaper? That's right. Here it is, we the ones that's plowing and tilling, working these fucking 9 to 5s. Those same individuals that working this low income, living in low income houses, they're gonna overthrow the leaders, multi-trillionaires, man.
Hey, you gotta think, man. You know, brothers be going through so much that sometimes you gotta shed tears. Imagine if you seen your child crying because a bully messing with him. Gonna be infuriated.
Yeah, God.
Fucking with my son, man. My son don't be doing nothing to nobody, man. The fuck is he?
You be ready to beat up a kid.
Yeah, that's how the Heavenly Father is. Brothers complaining and crying out every day. Tired of this, man. Always something, man. I can't shake this evil spirit. The spirit won't leave me alone, man.
That's what Habakkuk said in the first chapter. He said, how long shall I basically have to see this be grieved?
Yeah.
He was pleading to the Lord, and that's us.
The scripture says we sigh and we cry for the abominations to be done away. So we waiting for the Heavenly Father to come back and get rid of all this madness, man.
Yeah, establish righteousness upon the earth. That's the reason why we do what we do in such passion.
Yeah, the three numbskulls walking around with smell like Starbucks.
Go somewhere and spend $50 a piece on dinner.
Right.
And we gonna go home and split $20 on 4.
Yeah.
Make tacos. Spaghetti.
That's a spirit.
We fed that entire camp with $50 at a time.
Man,
the multitude.
Yeah.
Man, shit, I fed brothers last night, man. Man, look, I spent $10, man.
God
Bought
dang.
2 packs of lamb, and that was it. I got down whipped up some stir fry with that shit.
Hey, but that's why in the spirit, men like us, if the Lord be with us in these times to come, we're gonna survive because we already a struggler. We already go through the struggle. We already know what it's like to not have money, to wait on your check. You know, men fucking with your money flow and all that. We've been feeling this. You people that are in this house of mirth, you gonna be jammed up because all you like you said, you're used to. You know, I remember years ago when the shutdown happened a few years ago. You know, this black woman, I think she worked for the CDC, and she was like, yeah, you know, time's getting tough. I can't really, you know, go and get my nails done twice a week anymore. You know, like these people are pampered out here. We don't live a pampered life, man. You know?
Live a rough, rugged life. Like grunts, man.
We grunts.
You got something?
full of grief and displeasures, man.
Go ahead. You got something? Freeze up.
Well, I can pull one real quick. Because ultimately, this devil has rearranged the mind frame for us to really embrace oppression.
That's right.
Oppression has become a level of comfort for our people, man. It's not oppression is not looked at as being bad anymore, man. Jake actually loves that state of oppression they in. It's comfortable. Oppression has made these people comfortable, man. That's a damn shame, man. I'm gonna get something real quick for you for Tazal one. This is Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Yep. All right, because our people are like what it said, they're pampered by this society. Okay, because our people are basically welfare children. When they're on welfare, you got to take care of the Israelites, and the elites are tired of taking care of you. All right, they're tired of taking care of these poor, sickly Edomite, these old people. So what are they going to do? They're going to suddenly destroy you. They're going to take the society down. All right, they're stripping it away. That's what Trump is doing. Trump is stripping this whole thing. This went through the order of the elites. You know, because Trump is what? He's a bad businessman. They put a bad businessman in office so he can do what? Destroy this American business. And guess who's being affected? All you low people out here, man.
That's right.
My brother was saying, we're already low. We're already at the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? Last hired, first fired.
Yeah.
Jake, what is it saying much, Jake? You know, we're all part of the struggle. Brothers in the struggle, man. Okay? But you well-to-do Jake's out here, especially, you know, DeKalb County, Georgia. Jake's in there with a good job. Y'all not ready for this place to shut down, man.
Hell no.
Okay? Y'all still worried about how y'all gonna pay them 3 or 4 car notes you got.
Niggas is waiting on the 2019 Hellcat to come out.
Yep.
Cause they ain't thinking about this.
2020,
The 2020, and all that, man.
This society is getting ready to be broken down to a level that you've never seen before. Okay? It's gonna, like I said on the stream last night, Babylon will be shut down permanently. All right? And this is just the beginning. Okay? So like the brother just said, this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall. Okay? And it's swelling out. It's swelling out. It's like you got a cardboard box with water.
Yeah.
You put water in it and it keeps bulging out. Eventually the bottom gonna fall out.
That's right.
All right? And that's gonna be the destruction of this place, man.
I got a preset for you.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 18, and I'm gonna go to I started 9 for you, and it reads, "And the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and lived deliciously with her, and shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man shall buy their merchandise anymore."
Right, because America is that whore that sits upon the beast. America is ruling over all these nations, so once America goes, that's it. All this whole earth goes. Okay? But it has to be destroyed from the inside out. That's what we're seeing. This place is being destroyed from the inside out. Can you read that?
Yeah, God, I think
a little bit more.
Oh, absolutely. This is Isaiah 30.
Those for you, I mean.
12 again.
What?
Well, no,
When he come back, he said you can switch with them. He was telling me.
Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. You least expect it. All right? These people are least. Everybody, here it is, I was, preparing for the holidays, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and all that money. Then, right before you put the presents underneath that tree, the government shut down.
That's right.
So a lot of y'all went into the holidays fucked up, and you still fucked up.
Niggas had the receipts and still was like, it's for the kids. All right.
Some simp proposed to his rib last night and some Stacey Adams at Red Lobster. Now they planning a wedding a year and a half later. Nigga, this thing coming in an instant. You all on the dirty carpet at Red Lobster. Slacks.
Yo.
It goes into a thought, man. This place is over, man.
This place is done, man. Can you keep that in, because it said suddenly.
Right. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. All right. So we're not worried about the dark that's coming. All right. We like what Bane said. We were born in the dark.
That's right.
Okay. All right. You know, this is a part of our being an Israelite in America. We're already in the dark. We're already in the valley of the shadow of death.
Well, the Lord created dark.
Right.
So it's like, hey, the Heavenly Father is over it all.
Yep.
The only thing is the children of the dark, they can't come into the light. You know, but we understand the dark. You know, but the children of the dark can't understand the light, man.
Yeah, they're vampires.
Yeah. Because the Lord, our Father who we worship, He created both. So who really got the advantage, man?
Yep.
You devils, you elite devils, y'all more scared of us than we scared of you, man.
Is some umbrellas down that way?
Yeah, y'all go grab them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, will you go get some umbrellas?
As a matter of fact, we're going to get out a few more. You said go ahead and get it wrapped up.
Okay.
This is verse 3.
Go grab a few
It
umbrellas
says,
for the
for
brothers.
when they shall
Get some,
say
get
peace
some.
and safety.
Right. When they just said peace and safety, Trump could say Monday. What? Trump could say Monday. Okay, the government is going to reopen on Tuesday, and everybody's going to be like, oh yes. All right, I'm gonna get my back because they said yesterday. They said all the furloughed workers are going to get back pay. So everybody's kind of, sigh of relief. Sigh of relief.
Right, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Then sudden destruction. So this place, like I said, not all of a sudden the missile's going to hit now, but the destruction of America is in its beginning stages now. Okay? That's right. It's slowly but surely, but it's speeding up. The scripture says it's like the woman in travail. It's getting ready to give birth.
Could I say something to add to the priest real quick? If you know anything about destroying anything is always a process.
Yeah.
It's never something that, even with a demolition.
Yeah.
The demolition, you got to go in there, you got to get all kind of, like you got to take out certain wires, disconnect certain things, you got to take seats out, then you got to set the bombs up, you got to evacuate it. It's a whole process of bringing something down. That's why the Lord, I can't remember who said it, but the Lord said to the cities be wasted.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that America is not destroyed right now. I'll be honest with you. The moral fabric of America is totally detached. But it's not fully destroyed because it's a process. It's a process. So the totality of the process is when the cities are wasted.
Yeah.
When this goddamn building ain't here no more, that's when it pop off.
Half of it's missing.
Yeah.
It's wasted.
Like Paris had a major bomb this morning.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's a major bomb that happened in Paris today. If I'm not mistaken.
It says, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
You're not going to escape this destruction that's coming. This hell that's coming on America. Here it is. You may abort the shutdown if the elite decides, okay, we're done fucking with y'all. Done messing around. Yeah. Because people, you American citizens, y'all are a liability to this new world order doesn't include you.
And these are leeches.
These people are stupid.
Useless eaters. They don't need you breathing all the leaked air.
Yeah, you go in Walmart, you just feel like you just got dumber. Yeah, you go in Walmart, you could just feel the lowness of America in Walmart. You just go in Walmart and I'll be going in Walmart looking at people just yeah, like.
And y'all know that meme, I don't know y'all seen the meme with Blue Ivy. They got her looking down.
Yeah, looking down with disgust.
Look at that. How that look of disgust on your face when you see these people.
And that's not just Jake. That's just people. That's just the American citizens, man. They're sickly. They're fat. They're weirdly shaped.
Yes.
They stink.
Yes, bro.
You know, you just find yourself just look like really the elite and us. We're in the same. That's how we're the positive to their negative because we're in the same spirit. We just want it in righteousness. You know.
Hey, we're gonna create a system. And that's how you know that the Lord got to raise up righteous men.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna create a system of self-preservation or just being entrepreneur. It's gonna be a system of entrepreneurship, man. We ain't gonna cripple the society. We gonna show people how to farm, how to fish, how to live off the land, how to rest,
provide for their family.
Yeah, you know how to make things, how to do things, how to really interact with the earth. The elite basically stripped all the resources from every goddamn body.
That's right.
And gave them a Federal Reserve note.
Yeah. They told you it's illegal to work off the land. Let you decide you want to build a big garden in your yard. You're gonna have the city press your ass.
Yeah. But that's why this place. But see, before that happens, this place has to go down. This society has to fall. Okay. So keep going on there.
Right. It says verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness.
Right. We're not in the darkness. The darkness was not made for the elect. The darkness, like Scripture says in Apocrypha, the scourges and the memories, all that, that's made for you wicked people out here. That's not for us. We just have to endure it and go through it to prove ourselves worthy to be saved. But at the end all be all, it's not made for us. Okay? We're not in dark. We know it's coming. So what are we doing? We're spiritually, mentally preparing ourselves. Okay, right, trimming.
Wait.
Okay, making ourselves beautiful for Yahweh Shai. Okay, our spiritual husband to come back and marry us back to the Lord. You know, to himself and the Lord. Meanwhile, you people out here are going to be through. Okay, staggering.
Can I read this to you real quick? It's an article that I just got a notification for. It reads, this is from NBC News, and it's entitled "Shutdown Blocks Help for Identity Theft Victims as the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, goes dark." Man, that chip coming, man.
Yeah, the chip is coming because in order for them to save your identity, we'll take the chip.
Yep.
That way nobody can hack you. Okay? That way.
It's about to go down, man.
And this is the beginning of the end of you people, man. Okay, this is the end. All your dreams, and I always say this, are turning into a nightmare.
Yeah.
This is an American nightmare. This place has been put up as some glorious, illustrious empire, okay? But you're seeing that it's really a corrupted prison system. And, spiritual industrial trading complex.
If I may add on to because you said the American dream. And we all know the word America means bitter. Bitterness. And the word dream means an illusion or a deception. So this is a bitter deception that y'all stuck with.
Hey, we ain't dreaming.
No.
We hoping.
Yeah.
You hoping something. You are alive.
And we're working.
Yep. Right. Hey, what they say in order to believe in a dream, you gotta be asleep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, and having hope, that's good for your brain. It's good for your brain. When somebody is oppressed heavily and he still has hope, that gives him strength.
When do you hope in your sleep?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Psalm 34. It says, I'm pretty much paraphrasing, an unwise man believeth in his dreams.
Yep. We alive and kicking it in the spirit, baby.
That's right.
We ain't got no time to dream. We hoping. We praying for Yahweh Shai to manifest his glory, man.
Now it says sleep is a cousin of death.
Yep. We in the spirit of life, man. We in the spirit of dealing in the world in righteousness, man. Showing people how it is to really love the brother. That's another thing that people don't know how to do. Show love. We gotta be the ones to pick up our cross like Yahweh Shai and show the world how to be, man. Before that dark comes, because that dark comes, the only traces and glimpses of light that's gonna be in that dark is the men of the Lord.
Man. The men of the Lord. That's right. All right, the prophets.
It says that day, I'll read verse 4 again. 1 Thessalonians 5:4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, ye are children of the light
Yep.
and the children of the day.
We have the light. We children of the day. We can see. We like Vin Diesel in the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Right?
Has eyes polished.
Pitch Black. He could see in the dark. He was the God. Yeah. We can see. We got that light.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of you people, y'all need us to get through.
And the only way he got his eyes like that was he had to go in that prison of darkness. You remember?
We had
Yeah.
to adapt. And like I said, we were in the darkness and we got the light.
Like you said, we like Bane. We was born in the darkness.
And you know, and when we really read these scriptures and have that level of understanding, man, we supposed to be thanking Yahweh.
That's right, Doc.
every
That's right,
single
Bishop.
day that we still in that light, man.
That's right. That's something to wake
that's
up
so
to.
important, bro.
That's right, Doc.
It really puts you in a real sobering mind state to still wake up and be in that light every single day, to where you read a news article and that news article strikes your spirit, and a regular peon will read it as if it's nothing.
Yeah.
The light is so important, man. It's so important, and that is
Yes.
such that is a representation of the Lord's mercy, man.
Yeah. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Why do Yahweh Shai for the light?
Yeah.
Scripture call it the marvelous light, man.
Yes.
You know, that is just a beautiful thing to just be an insider, man. You know how much advantage you have over people when you are an insider
Yeah.
in anything.
That's right.
It
This.
don't matter what it is. You could be an insider on how Smoothie King got built.
Yep.
If you're an insider, you are an insider. You have the scoop.
That's right. And this insider's trading that we're doing is not illegal in this eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Esau like to beat you over the head for having knowledge that the public don't have.
Right.
No, this knowledge that we have that the public don't have, the Most High gave it to us in blessings. He said it.
Publish it open.
He gave it to us in secret, but he told us to publish it in the open. That's right.
So what you hear in the ears, preach upon the housetop. That's what we doing. And you can hear us from your housetop.
Beautiful.
It says,
That's
ye are
right.
children of the light, the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness.
Right, man, we have to understand that we're the real illuminated ones. All right, we have the light. So we can see just as well as the wicked ones can see.
Yep.
You know? And we're getting ready to come to this climactic spiritual battle.
right.
And they're going to try to, come with their last ditch effort to save their kingdom, but it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. Their light is dim. The scripture says that in Job, their light shall be put out.
Yep.
Well, whose lights are going to stand at the end? And
That's
shine?
right.
Yeah, hey, and that's how you know too, priest, that in the time of darkness, hey, that's when the light is going to really be treasured. You'll never really, you take advantage of the lights in your house until what? Till your lights go off.
Yep.
That's when you
Hell
really
yeah.
realize, like, damn, I need some light around this piece, man. But when your light's on, you ain't really,
You ain't think about batteries in the flashlight
yeah, you ain't
or
you
candles.
just conveniently flip a switch.
You don't consider.
You know, until them lights go out. Now you got to come with a contingency plan of candles. You know, how you going to see at night when it get dark and it get cold. You appreciate light more when it's dark. And that's when that darkness come on the earth, the light is going to appreciate, man. It's going to grow. Everybody's going to want to be around that energy, that light. Hey, I'm going to say this, man. You going to see us out here, and the last time you see us, that'll be the last time you see us. The Lord is going to keep you away from being in the sight of a man of the Lord in the time of darkness.
That's right.
But could you say that they shall wander to and fro, seeking for the men of the Lord? He said
From
they
north
shall-
to what? North to
shall
east.
Not
Yep.
find me. Meaning who? The men of the Lord has been teaching.
Yep.
You know?
We're going to be out of there, man.
Yep.
In the secret place. I got you.
Shining.
I got one real quick. This is Colossians 1:12. It says, giving thanks unto the Father, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
Right, giving thanks to the Father, because He's the one that gave us the light. As the brother been saying all day, the Heavenly Father created the light and the darkness. So we got to thank Yahweh Shai for giving us the light to see. You know, because it really is a sad thing to see our people in that state.
Come.
You know, but it's a necessity. Okay, that's a balance.
Yep.
You know, it's needed, and they'll get the light when the time comes. All right, this like the heathen, they got the light now,
but they're gonna have to be in darkness.
Yep.
So everything is working out how the way it's supposed to work out.
And that's why the Lord is going to increase that light within the saints, because we're thankful. You know, one of the most rudest gestures and a pet peeve of mine is when people don't say thank you.
Yeah.
For something that you do for them.
Leave the door, open the door, hold the door for somebody.
It makes you hot, man. Like, oh, the fuck, man, I didn't have to do that. So the Lord in a sense is like that as well. You know, you're supposed to say thank you, Lord, for water.
Simple to water.
We're supposed to be we're supposed to thank the Lord daily for knowing this stuff, man.
Yeah, was that in Philippians? Rejoice, rejoice ye in Mashiach Yahweh Shai. It always.
Yep. It says it tells you that in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. It says what? It says thank the Lord every day. That is the whole will of the Lord concerning man. Only thing the Lord trying to get to us is man, be polite and stay at the water, man.
Because that's humbling. That's something only a humble person could do.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep, I'm gonna keep going. Then you got it, bro. In verse 13 it says, "Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of His dear Son."
Ooh, okay. Translated us into the kingdom of His dear Son. We're coming out of the darkness. That's why this truth, you gotta hold this truth and this faith. You gotta cherish this thing, because this is a very precious commodity that only an elect few have.
That's right.
All right, and then even holding it, don't keep it to yourself. Share it.
Yeah.
Like how was y'all said, you don't put a candle under a bushel under a table. No, you put it on top so everybody can see. Okay.
That's like the power go off in the house and you got one candle, and instead of leaving it in the room for everybody, you take that shit in your room.
Right. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
You know.
You would just what you would do is you would just get in one area.
Yeah.
And you would just stay in that area where everybody else, so everybody
can use it. Yeah.
Not to share something that's not even good.
That's right.
We don't
the gift of faith.
That's right. Use it. Yeah, we didn't come with these prophecies. Even the prophets didn't come with the prophecies.
That's right.
This is all the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be thankful every single day that we wake up and that spirit is still on us to do the work and to be around each other and the fellowship and to push forward. We supposed to be thanking the Lord, man.
That's why the scriptures say, comfort them. I'm paraphrasing. I think it's 2 Corinthians, the 1st chapter, 5th verse. It says, comfort them with the comfort that's been, that you've been comforted with.
That's what it says, comfort ye one another with these words. It's what we do. Okay, we bring the comfort to the elect first and foremost. All right, and then right, and then the whole world is going to be underneath Israel. That's Isaiah 2. Okay, all the nations are going to flow under us.
All right. So this is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. Verse 9. For the Most High hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right, He has not appointed us to wrath. He's appointed these other people to wrath. All right, but He's appointed the elect and us, the hopeful elect, unto salvation.
That's right.
But we're going to have to endure the wrath to come.
Yep.
All right, so that's what it says. Acceptable men, okay, are born in the furnace of affliction and adversity. Okay, just roughly paraphrasing. This is the trial of our faith. That if we are found faithful, we shall gain the salvation.
Yep.
Okay? But at the end of the day, if we're the elect, it wasn't made for us, it's not made for us anyway.
Yep. Right.
Okay? It's to make us better men,
That's
better
it.
judges, and better understanding.
Yep.
You know, and appreciate the Heavenly Father more. Yep. If He just gave us salvation like that, then what would, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be as important to us.
Yeah.
We would stomp over it. We wouldn't cherish it.
Yeah.
You know, like a man that earned his lifestyle, he's more than likely not to lose it because he cherishes the fight that he did to get there. Yeah, you know, he appreciates it. But when, you know, if you in a rich spirit where you just got a silver spoon in you know, you could lose your father's kingdom just with a bad drug habit.
That's right.
You know?
You know, how you deal with an inheritance shows how you think about your father.
That's right.
You know, that's how you can tell. A lot of these Edomite so-called white people, you hate your dad.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Or their dad is Yahushua.
Like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Esau's dad is
I don't want no fucking sword. You know, he's blessed him with the sword.
The birthright. Fuck you, Dad.
No fucking sword.
He wanted to cry. He wanted to cry to Isaac. Man,
Right.
you don't sit your ass down.
Hey, you get an Edomite out here, man. His dad might be a multimillionaire. You give him an inheritance of $2 million, and he go to Spain and goddamn spend it on crack cocaine.
Coke and whores.
Yeah. Nigga had a $2 million inheritance. You know, nigga go buy a Toyota Camry and crack.
You know, there was a video. There was a video of this Edomite. His son took his money. I think it was like it was a certain amount of pounds. He was beating the shit out of that boy. He took that money and bought some prostitutes, bought a watch. He bought drugs, cocaine. Man, he beat the shit out of that boy on camera. He was pissed off.
I would have did it too. Oh, I saw it. I saw that. Yeah, I would have did the same thing. That's why the Lord gonna beat 2/3 of our people because how they treating the inheritance that he gave them.
Yep.
They're gonna have to come back on the other side and fulfill it, man.
Because we see the worth in the laws. Because that's where the covenant started with the laws being given to us as a nation. So that's part of us being thankful for the Lord too, is the fact that the Lord gave the laws to us as a nation.
That's right.
So that the laws aren't grievous to us.
Yep.
The scriptures tell you that that a man blessed is he that keepeth the commandment. That's in the last chapter of Revelation.
Yep.
So we see the power in keeping the law being given to us, the covenants. We don't want to ship that over. We'll die for that.
Yeah.
We willing to die for that.
Yeah, because we understand that whether we live in Yahweh Shai. Whether
Yeah.
we die in Yahweh Shai. Let's say, okay, you know, we have to go through martyrdom. We have to be a martyr for the truth. Man, the Lord could put the spirit right back on you. Soon as you just go through that little quick first, it might feel euphoric because you dying in Yahweh Shai. So it might not, the sting might not even be there. It might feel euphoric, and then the Lord could put the spirit right back on you.
Like how he did it to Paul.
You die in Yahweh Shai.
He did it to Paul.
Hey, we was speaking about this last night, right, brother? We was saying that the scriptures say, every eye shall see him, man. So the Lord gonna have to bring back certain of the prophets that sleep in the flesh, so they could witness his coming. Because every lifetime that they came back, the only thing they wanted to know was how were they gonna get saved. So if we living in that time, the Lord is gonna put that spirit back on King David, so he can be right here in the flesh when he come back to fulfill the prophecy. So even the martyrs, the Lord can raise you right back.
Well, he is going to raise you right back. He said that. They that die in the Lord shall be raised up first. Okay? And I believe those words.
That's right.
So therefore,
We all do.
you know, right.
Yeah.
Right. So therefore, we're going to see King of Mashah, high priest Yahweh. All right? We're
Job.
gonna see, Job.
Like we brought out that last night. Job is right here, man.
Daniel.
I was just like, okay, what worms? I shall see my redeemer.
Yep.
With bodily eyes.
Yep. Hey, the scripture say, what is that? In Revelation, it might be Revelation 14, where it says it was like a sea of glass mingled with fire, and the saints beheld it. We're gonna witness it, man. We're gonna witness the judge. The scripture tell you in Psalms 91, with thine eyes only shall thou behold the reward of the wicked, man. So Esau, man, whatever you try to conjure up in the spirit, you cannot stop the power of Yahweh Vashon Shai. Like we were saying last night, you ain't dealing with no 1960 civil rights Christians, nigga.
That's right.
You dealing with men of the Lord. You can try them water holes and them dogs and all that, whatever you want to do with these men.
You better bring them
a whole
lions.
Another reaction.
Hey, if lions didn't do nothing to Daniel, what the fuck is some dogs gonna do to us?
Right. This
know?
this ain't no 1960 freedom fighters, man. All right. You talking about the ancient prophets being raised up, nigga. You better tread lightly.
And Esau, and the thing about what Esau too is that every day that goes by, them curses is coming on them, and they losing their power. So when they go to shoot they shot, there ain't gonna be no might in their hands. Because what is one of the curses? One of the curses is that there shall be no power. There shall be no power, no might in you.
Yep.
So Esau letting time go by, he's losing power. So when he goes to shoot his shot, and the scriptures already say, break the teeth in his mouth, oh Lord. You gonna try to bite us, and it's just gonna be all gums. It's gonna be all gums, Esau. Fucking lion with no teeth, man. I'm just scared of that shit. That's what's scary. That's what's scary with a dog. If you see a dog running at you and they got no teeth in it.
Matthew 16:28. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man come in his kingdom.
Right. The scripture say there shall be some of you that shall not taste of death. That's literally. You know, these people in the world, you know, try to bring certain facts to them. They go, oh, everybody go, we all gonna die. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. I told them straight up, I ain't gonna die. All right? Yeah. And if you stick with me, you ain't gonna die neither. If you just do what I tell you to do. You know? But scripture say that we shall see the Son of Man coming in his glory. All right? When this hell break loose out here, matter of fact, somebody get that real quick. Psalms 91. 10,000 shall die at that right hand.
91:7.
Yeah.
This is Psalm chapter 91:7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Right, you're gonna see thousands and hundreds of people dying, getting killed, beat up, raped. You know what I'm saying? Imprisoned, arrested. All right, persecuted. Okay, mutilated, mauled by wild beasts.
Humiliated.
Right. Mutilated and humiliated. All right. Decimated. Every aided you can. All right.
Start right.
Go ahead.
It says, but it shall not come nigh thee.
But it shall not come nigh thee. It's not gonna come near you. All right. Because death, all right, is for the wicked. All right. These things are sent for the scourges for indignant. Okay. It's an apocalypse.
Scriptures say, he that loseth his life shall find it.
Yep.
No.
Yep, we're going to find life. We're going to see Yahweh Shah coming back. All right, these are things that we're to hope for, man. Okay?
This is 1 Thessalonians 5:9. It says, for the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who died for us.
Right, he already died for us. What do we need to die for now?
Right.
I don't need to die. I don't need to, brothers, you don't have to die, man. Yahweh Shah already died for us. Scripture says that in Hebrews that he offered himself up once, okay, for the sins of the people. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's all that was needed.
That's all that needed to be done. Oh, death, where is thy sting? These are things that we should be happy about, excited about. This is the holy conversation that we should be having amongst each other.
If I can say this real quick, it said in the Apocrypha, Sirach 41:3, it say, fear not the sentence of death, you know? So the Most High telling us don't fear death, man. Because death is just when you're sleeping, and it's a blessing if you die in the name of the Lord, man.
That's right. That's right.
Follow you, man. That's right.
That's right. It's a transition. It says, who died for us, that whether we wake, whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him.
Whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Okay, so who's awake? Us that's woke to this truth, pushing this word, the elect, and even the 2/3 asleep. But they still gonna be with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom.
That's right.
Okay? We're all going, all Israel shall be saved, as the scripture says. But this story has to be played out. Okay?
Verse 11, wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do.
That's right. So we're to comfort one another, edify each other, build each other up. Because we're in that time. Perilous time shall come. Darkness is at hand. But we got the light. Okay, we have the light. We just got to hold to it. Hold to this light, comfort one another. Make sure that that whatever these people out here are doing, all right, we do the opposite in righteousness.
That's right.
Okay? We band together. All right? Let them people be scattered and and messed up. All right? We know the times and the seasons. We know what's going on. This is really our time to shine.
That's right.
This is our time to shine. The Lord's going to give the men of the Lord the glory. He's going to give us the attention, all of that. Okay, but it's going to be for us to comfort and edify and lead our people to salvation.
And give the glory to Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
This is Revelation 2:25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. Verse 26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my words, keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received the Father.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to rule. We're going to have this whole world is going to go back to the people it belongs to. Okay, we're going to get our inheritance. We're going to get everything. All right. And this is things that we're supposed to be hoping for. Okay, that we're supposed to. This is what we're working towards. We're working towards being a true prince of the Heavenly Father, and that comes with requirements. You know, rule in equity, love, peace. Okay.
Mercy.
Yeah, mercy. All right, righteous judgment. The heathen gonna love us in the kingdom. Okay. You know.
They gonna love slavery. They gonna love slavery.
You know? But with that, we're gonna end it there. Americans break it down. All right, and soon it's gonna be over for this place.
That's right.
We're gonna have our kingdom set up. All right, so with that, we'll give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakapadah.
Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.